This is Ada Cougar Football, presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
Ready!
Brought to you in part by First United Bank, Ada Nissan, CTS, T&W Tire, Wild Rose Place, Carter County Dodge and Hyundai, Vision Bank, Roma Italian Restaurant, Laser Zone, Hilltop Dodge, Simmons Bank, Great Plains Kubota, State Farm Agent Don Carpenter, and Vinton Ford. Now, let's go live to the action with the voice of Ada Cougar Football, Kenny Morrison.
And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to Fort Gibson, Oklahoma for Ada Cougar Football. I'm Kenny Morrison alongside Trey Kinley, Jeremy Marr, and the outstanding work, as you can see, of our cameraman, Bridges Velarde. A beautiful setting for football here at Fort Gibson as Ada Cougars, Week 8, 5-2 on the season, 3-1 in 4A4 district play. The Fort Gibson Tigers, the opponents this evening on this beautiful night for football, they're 0-7, 0-4 in district play, and Fort Gibson's been in some games, but they give up a lot of points, and they've just they kind of had a rash of injuries fire through the team. But the Cougars coming off two really impressive games. Trades to bring you in. Cougars back on the road for the first time after being home for 2 weeks after a heavy road schedule early, but back out. A pretty good trip here to Fort Gibson.
Yeah, nice facility other than looking into that sun, and that'll be gone here in just a second. But welcoming, nice facilities down at I guess that's the south end of the field, their football complex. Never been here before. Obviously, Ada's never played Fort Gibson.
Yeah, first meeting.
One of 4 teams in 4A that Ada has never played. Cache and Newcastle, which surprised me, both in 4A2, and then Bridge Creek, I think, is in 4A1, I think. And they've played everybody in 4A3, that being a district that we used to play in.
And the Cougars in 4A4 this year. And Trey, as we continue the pregame show, 3-way tie for second place. This really, the playoffs, in essence, Fort Gibson's 0-7, you don't want a trap game. Playoffs kind of begin tonight, and now you're playing for seeding. Then you have Poto and Broken Bow, the top that have been 1 and 2 in the district all year to end the regular season. So Cougars really coming off 2 really good games. Got to keep the foot on the gas, continue to get better, and could have got a big run coming up starting tonight.
Yeah, the offense has really been clicking the last 2 weeks, and so the defense really has been clicking all year, save one game. They've played well other than that McAllister game. But the offense seems to have found a rhythm, a combination of running and passing, which is a balanced offense, which is the hardest offense for a defense to defend because you don't know what's coming towards you. I like our defense's chance tonight against this Fort Gibson offense because it's kind of one-dimensional. You mentioned some stats on the way up here, but they don't rush the ball very well. No. So that's that makes it easy to play against. We've talked about our line. This week we have a huge line we're going against, offensive line, but they're not real athletic. So they don't check both the boxes, which is where Ada struggles, is when they're big and athletic. So I look for us to have success tonight. Hopefully come out of this with no injuries, obviously, for either team, but just keep it rolling into next week. Keep the confidence high.
Senior night next week at home against Poto. That offensive line has paved the way the last 2 weeks. 54 first downs, 938 total yards, no turnovers. That's a recipe for a 102-14 on the scoreboard the last 2 weeks.
And it wasn't that close because we had a running clock the whole second half last week. And still won 14-0 in the second half? No.
Yes.
Yeah. 41-0 half, ended up 55-0. So it last week was a name your score week. And I don't think Stillwell was that bad of a team. Just kind of that's the way the ball bounced. I did notice watching film, though, their quarterback actually fumbled 3 times. We didn't see it in the booth. He was running away from us. Fumbles, and it bounces right back up to him. So it could have been a lot worse.
Cougars tonight against Fort Gibson. And, again, Coach Brad Osteen, second-year head coach of the Cougars. He's been in this business a long time. Trap games can find their way, can find you sometimes, and he's got his team ready, though, tonight. Don't let this be a trap game as you get ready for that big finish against Poto and Broken Bow. Had a chance to sit down with Coach Osteen. Coach's Corner did that Wednesday morning early, and we're going to have that interview for you next as the pregame show continues from Fort Gibson, the Ada Cougars and the Fort Gibson Tigers, right here at KADARadio.net.
Liability of the Great Plains Kubota family to work for you. Visit any of our local dealerships to see how we can serve your equipment needs.
Keep your Kubota running at peak performance with routine maintenance from Great Plains Kubota. With the parts and service you trust, Great Plains Kubota will keep your Kubota equipment running like the day you brought it home.
Visit a Great Plains Kubota for Kubota sales, service, parts, and rentals, or visit us online at greatplainskubota.com. That's greatplainskubota.com.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and at Fenton Ford Lincoln, we want to go one step further.
Like you, many of us here have had friends or family that have had to battle breast cancer. So throughout October, we'll be donating a portion of every vehicle sold to Project Women.
They help cover mammograms, medications, and anything else uninsured patients may need. Help us make a difference in the fight against cancer. Fenton Ford Lincoln of Ada is your best deal dealer. Learn more at FentonFord.com and FentonLincoln.com.
This is Lucas Clark, president of First United Bank here in Ada. We measure success not just with numbers, but with a commitment to faith, financial well-being, personal development, and wellness. It's how we spend life wisely. If that doesn't sound like a bank, welcome to First United. Learn more at spendlifewisely.com. Proud supporter of the Ada Cougars, member FDIC.
Tribal citizens are Oklahomans, our neighbors. They make a critical difference in community after community, helping schools, building roads, expanding healthcare, benefiting everyone. We are united for Oklahoma, committed to mutual respect, shared strength, and productive partnerships. To join the conversation, visit unitedforoklahoma.com.
If you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, or maybe your vehicle needs a little attention, we're your one-stop shop.
Come score a new Nissan Pathfinder, completely redesigned and ready to hit the road with style and convenience.
And don't get penalized with high gas prices. The Nissan Altima will get you over 600 miles per tank.
And the MVP of the lineup, the new Nissan Rogue, with best-in-class fuel economy and tech.
We are a proud supporter of the Ada Cougar Athletic Department, and we'd like to wish all of you a great season. Go Cougs!
I was surprised.
I was definitely surprised.
Yep, we had no idea. Totally surprised.
Can you say jaw drop?
Who knew? State Farm with these great rates?
The surprise everyone's talking about is the surprisingly great rates for home and auto insurance from State Farm, especially when you combine them.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Don Carpenter, your State Farm agent in Ada for over 44 years today.
Ada High School Sports is presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
Welcome back to Ada Cougar Football, Thursday night edition for the second consecutive week, and it's time for our Coach's Corner. Cougar head coach Brad Osteen. Coach, it's always my pleasure, and man, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Glad to be here.
Back-to-back home games. Cougars just coming off of, and a lot of success.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Last week, a 55-zip whitewashing of Stillwell.
Yeah, it was defensively, it was a really good night for us. And then offensively, obviously, we played well too. But the defense just dominated them. I don't remember what their stat line was, but it wasn't very many yards.
Yeah, let's start there, Coach. Offense did score 55 points, but we've got them officially. Trey Kinley and Jeremy Moore, great job, Jeremy, keeping those stats. 1 rushing yard, 14 passing yards, 2 first downs for the entire night.
I'll take it every night.
15 yards total.
You know, and that's something. Those guys, I think average scoring, their average was like 22 points a game, you know, yeah. And so they were scoring points, and we were concerned about those guys. But after a few snaps, you know, they look fast on tape. I guess we're pretty fast, you know. So our kids are playing really hard, believing in what we're doing, and I thought we played really, really well defensively. Coach Shamley did a great job drawing up another game plan for those guys, so it was really good.
Yeah, you game plan every week. Every team's different. They had the quarterback. They had 395 total yards the week before. He looked like he didn't even exist on Thursday night. Game plans are one thing, but flying to the football and playing with effort on that side has seemed to really pick up the pace the last few weeks.
Well, I think it's picked up the pace on all 3 phases, you know, but it really shows up on defense because if you get all 11 guys running to the football, you limit those big plays, and that's something that really can hurt you when they get explosive plays or, not giving up those big plays. But when you run to the football and you're physical when you get there, those backs and receivers don't like to get hit on much. So just really proud of our defensive side of the football right now.
As we stay on defense for just a moment, as the Cougars get ready to take on the Fort Gibson Tigers tonight, the Cougars trying to get to 6-2 overall and 4-1 in district play. The defense has 10 sacks in the last 3 games. The opponents are 23.4% for the season, 22-94 on third down. Just some key statistical categories, and also the last 2 games giving up only a total of 278 yards. But that third down, I bring it up every other week or so. That's a key stat. You're getting off the field. Where last year this couldn't get off the field.
We could not get off the field on third down, and that's something that, we go back to even off season. When we're in off season, we talk about those things. Hey, it's third down, it's third and long, or we're on offense, it's 4th and 2, it's 4th and 1, we're 4th and 1 on the goal line. We got to have a touchdown. And pushing them and getting their minds right and knowing those situations is key, because if it's third down, let's take care of business and get off the field and get the offense the ball back. So. Really, really, really proud of our kids and coaches for installing that mindset. So, because last year, fourth and long, you had a good chance of scoring on us. Our fourth down defense was terrible, and our third down defense was terrible. I mean, we were not very good, stat wise. So, getting that ingrained in our kids is third down. Let's go. So obviously putting them in long guarded situations is good too, but. Got to get off the field on third down.
Yeah, and when you've got off the field, the offense is taking advantage. Coach, the last 2 weeks, the offense, 54 first downs, 938 total yards, and no turnovers. It's been efficient.
Well, the key there is no turnovers. Take care of the football. If you don't turn the football over and you're playing really good defense, you got a chance to win. And that's something that has to happen every week. Is we got to play really good defense. But our kids offensively, I think the offensive line and I'm gonna brag on our receivers. The receivers don't get a lot of hype as far as blocking, and those guys are downfield blocking. I mean, showing great effort blocking. I mean, and it was all of them. So that's probably the first thing. One of the first things I said to them when we watched video is I'm really, really proud of our receivers blocking. Because everybody thinks offensive line block. Or if it's a sack or how come on offensive line, well, the tailback's involved in that, the fullback's involved in that. Then when you talk about outside run game, inside run game, it doesn't matter. There's only one football, and there's one guy to hand it off. So there's 9 other guys that should be blocking or doing something. Now, we have RPOs and we have reads that we do on those things. Those guys are running routes, and then we're reading defenders. But if it's just a run play by itself, those guys are blocking really, really well for us, and I'm really proud of that.
Cougars rush game over 200 yards a week ago in the victory, 55-zip over Stillwell. Talking about blocking and just the camaraderie, I think it was Jack that made a catch and a run, and I don't know if it was Andrew or KK, can't remember, but just as soon as the play was over, he recognized who set him free to get an extra 5 or 10 yards on the run, went back, and was very appreciative of his team.
Well, that's what you call team ball, and I think our kids are really coming together. So I'm going to brag on the offensive line. Kel Fuller and Isaiah Hayden, that kid lined up across them. I don't know. I didn't see the official stat, but I bet he was 330, 340. And the first play of the game, they take him about 14 yards and put him on his back. And they did that all night. Yeah. Or the first half, because they didn't play much second half. But setting the tone early like that is really good, because Kel's only about 175 pounds. And then the other guard, Jagger, he got hurt. And we moved Sanusi inside. But, 2 of our linemen are 170, 175 pounds. And we have a mindset right now, it doesn't matter who's in front of us, we're going to come off and get after you. So really proud of that group, really proud of our coaches. Just got to keep pushing every day. Stress the small things, because the little bitty things are what's going to win big games for us.
Cougars in a 3-way tie for second in the district, a game behind Broken Bow. Poto and Broken Bow lie ahead the final 2 weeks of the season. It's Fort Gibson, though, tonight. A different, kind of a strange Fort Gibson team. They're 0-7, Coach. But I watched them on film, and I kind of sat down and watched a little bit of their last game, and man, they moved it right down the field on the deal, their opening possession, played fast, got to end up with a field goal on that drive, got beat. They give up a lot of points, yeah. but they're big up front. So 0-7 not just coach talk. You can't go 2.5 hours away from home and just look at the record and say we're going to walk out of here with an easy one. Yeah, that's something that we stress to our kids. You know, you can't overlook anybody. Respect everybody, but fear nobody. They have the potential of beating a good football team, you know, and so with their kids playing hard, big physical linemen, their defensive lineman is really, really good. And I don't understand, you know, it's just, I don't know if it's the team chemistry or what it is, but on paper, and then you watch them on tape, say you watch 10 plays on them, you're like, that's a pretty good football team. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't look like an 0-7 ball club. One of those games where you go on the road, you turn it over, and you don't execute right, you could be in a dogfight when it comes down to the end. So what's some of the keys to execution? You've watched Fort Gibson. What's some things you feel like that you're just going to dictate what they give you? What style of defense do they play? What's some things that look like you can go and be successful? Well, they're front three. They're running a 3-4. They get into some even front stuff, but they're big. Their front three are big. And I would say that's probably the strength of their team because those guys are just come, you know, and controlling those guys, controlling those three down linemen is really the key. We think we can get the ball outside of them early, try to get them tired, and then come right at them. But, you know, we may just come right at them too, you know, because last week that's what we did to Stillwell. And we just talked about our guard and our left guard and left tackle, just dominating a kid that weighed 300 pounds. So, you know, there's a lot of things. The biggest thing for us, or the biggest key, is us taking care of our business, coming off football, playing fast, playing to the whistle blows, taking care of the football, running and tackling well. Those are the big keys, and we control all those things. So that's the thing that we always talk to the kids about: who controls us? Us. So let's go take care of business. Coach's Corner with head coach Brad Osteen. The Cougars take on the Fort Gibson Tigers tonight, then return home against Poto next week before ending the regular season on the road at Broken Bow in a couple of weeks from now. Coach, just some final thoughts. You talk about the progression of a football team throughout the course of the season. You don't want to peak in week 1, week 2, or week 3. Where's that progression with this Cougar team right now, and how far can that needle go? Well, effort-wise, that needle's about where it needs to be. We can still be a little better on the effort side. The technique-wise, there's a ton of room for improvement. And so when that effort is always there and we get this technique figured out and the fundamental things, there's still a lot of room for improvement. So, you know, the kids see it. We put down the numbers don't lie. We grade it out, and they look at it. So effort-wise, we're really close to where we need to be. But fundamentally, technique and all those type things, I think our grade was 65% on the technique. Our effort grade was close to 90. We'd like for it to be mid to high 90s on effort. But that effort grade has went way up in the last few weeks. So Cougars have really been flying to the football, so I hope you'll be able to get out and enjoy this football team. You have one more chance at home. That's next week. But, of course, we're at the live stream at K88radio.net. Coach, looking forward to the stretch run. Everything's pretty much playoff game. It's playoff. You're fighting for seedings. And it's a key, you know, setting yourself up in the right side of the bracket and where you need to be, getting some home playoff games. Those are very important, you know, for a playoff run. So talk to the kids one day at a time, one game at a time. So that's kind of our mindset. And the next game is just a few minutes away. The Fort Gibson Tigers here up just north side of Muskogee. Ada Cougar football continues. So we have more pregame, including the coin toss and much more, Coach. As always, my pleasure. Thanks for taking the time. Been a fun season. Let's keep it rolling. Yes, sir. Thank you, Kenny. Cougar football continues after this timeout right here on the Cougar Sports Network, K88radio.net.
Edith 2 Chickasaw travel stops are loaded with fast and convenient items to make your busy schedule a little less hectic. There's something for everyone. We've got a large selection of food choices, fuel that's ethanol-free, and fast and friendly service that you can appreciate, especially when kickoff is minutes away. Locate your Chickasaw Travel Stop, your one-stop shop, at the corner of Country Club and Lonnie Abbott Boulevard, or on the corner of Main Street and Lather Road in Ada.
A strong defense, an aggressive offense, and ability to make the big plays. That's Vision Bank and the Ada Cougars. From the first kickoff to the final buzzer, the Cougars keep on working for excellence, and so does Vision Bank. From your first savings and checking account, your first car, your first home, all the way through to retirement, Vision Bank strives for your financial success. Ada Cougar Football and Vision Bank, a winning combination. See the difference with Vision Bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 402156.
Searching for a stress-free, no-hassle car buying experience? Then look no further than Hilltop Dodge.
From our well-knowledgeable sales staff to our qualified service department, here at Hilltop Dodge, we strive to deliver the best customer satisfaction. Here at Hilltop Dodge, we are huge supporters of the Ada Cougar football team and want to wish them good luck on their season. So come on down to Hilltop Dodge and experience what car buying is supposed to feel like.
Come in and see us at 1109 North Broadway in Ada.
Ada Sales and Rental is your premier wedding and party rental resource in the Ada, Oklahoma area, bringing you the best for your wedding or other special event with the most unique and current trends available. Our experienced and helpful staff will help coordinate all of your ideas into the wedding of your dreams. And don't forget, we cater for all types of events: birthdays, anniversaries, graduation, prom, retirement, family reunions, and fundraiser supplies for schools and nonprofit groups. You'll find it all at Ada Sales and Rental.
Hello, I'm Keith Razor, store manager at T&W Tire, 500 East Main here in Ada.
And I'm Jamie. We would like to remind you, if you have any tire needs, whether it be farm, ranch, tractor trailer, or your personal vehicle, we could help you pick out the right tire for you. We also offer 24-hour roadside service and can change your oil, put on brakes, shocks, or align your front end.
We are your authorized Michelin tire dealer with dozens of other tire brands available. T&W Tire, not just a tire store, but a whole lot more. Call 332-5145.
There's maroon, gold, black, white. They all have things in common. School pride, friendly competition, bringing home the win, and the full support of Laser Zone Family Fun Center. Head on over to celebrate that win. There's bowling, laser tag, an arcade, mini golf, and more. Laser Zone is where the school spirit is splat.
Ada High School Sports is presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
Play action. Steps up in the pocket, deep toward the post pattern to Andrew. Touchdown! Oh, baby! Down for Ada, leading 7-0. Gilmore on the play action from Freedom. Throws out to Morris in the flat, breaks the tackle. Touchdown, Ada! Jack just made Holmes miss in open. Holmes grabbing air, and Jack Morris is in the end zone. The Cougars have two first-quarter touchdown passes, and they stung Stillwell early, leading 13-0. Second down, double digits, a pitch to Gilmore.
Good job by
Gilmore
Jack, getting in the way.
Gilmore to the end zone, to the pylon, touchdown. They rush to the line of scrimmage. Under center is Freeland. Pitch Gilmore. Good block by Gallagher. Gilmore headed to the end zone at the 5. Ducks his shoulder. Leaps.
Yep.
Touchdown Cougars. Gilmore to the pylon. Congratulated by Jack Morris and teammates. Second to first down. Play the hand off to Gilmore. Cuts left back inside. Stopped on a dime to the end zone. Is it number 3.5? Yes, sir. Oh, Gilmore put his foot on a dime. Cut back inside. Got his shoulders square to the goal line, and the Cougars lead at 33-0. Twin receivers each side. Freedom takes a two-step drop. Going to go toward the end zone to Andrew Hughes. Got it. Touchdown, Ada. Oh, baby. Friedland to Hughes with 1 second to play. 41-0. Freeland hands off to DeMontre Patterson. Going to get to the end zone for the touchdown. Broughton Boyles under center.
Eli got us down here.
On the end around, and Eli cuts it up. Touchdown, Ada. Cougars 55. The Stillwell Indians nothing as Ada wins it.
And welcome back to Tiger Stadium in Fort Gibson, Oklahoma. Kenny Morrison, Trey Kinley, Jeremy Marr, Bridges Velarde on the camera. Hope you enjoyed the Coach's Corner with head coach Brad Osteen. Cougars getting ready tonight to try to get win number 6, Trey, in district play. The defense has been a difference maker in the last 4 weeks. You look back at the last 4 weeks, 16 quarters of football, 30 points allowed, 2 shutouts during that stretch, and also been in a big plus on the takeaways.
Yeah, when I was entering the stats this week, I went back and looked at the kind of comparisons. 15 total yards last week for Stillwell. There was an 18 total yards game, I'm going to say 2017 maybe. And then other than that, you're going back to the early 2000s. I mean, it was just a dominant performance.
Yeah, they had 1 yard rushing last week, 14 passing to total those 15 yards. Defense again.
2 first downs.
Yeah. 2 total first downs. What a defensive performance. Now, you come out here against this Fort Gibson team, a team that's going to, again, is 0-7. We've talked about, don't want the potential trap game, as you can look at with Poto and Broken Bow on the horizon, but you want to come out and you want to start strong. And the Cougars, the first quarter of this year, Trey, have done just that, 63-7. They've outscored their opponents in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's insane. Even in the first half, you can extend it into the second quarter. I think we're
166-43 in the first half.
Yeah, and 21 of those came at McAllister. So the other 6 games, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns and 60. So it's overlooked a little bit when your offense has put up 102 points, and that's why I'm kind of focusing on the defense a little bit. The offense putting up 102 points in 2 weeks can overlook the defensive effort, but Coach Chambly really has them flying around. Great execution, great game plan week in and week out.
Yeah, he does, and I talked to him a little bit about that, and it kind of we hinted at it last week with the running quarterback. I said, "Are you going to spy on him?" And he said, "If we need to." Well, who's going to spy? I don't know. I got 11 guys out there. So he's very, I hate to use the word, but, and Carter's, my son, spends a lot of time next to him on the sidelines because he really enjoys being around him, but he is a savant. He sees things, and you'll watch, it seems like we're getting the play in late, but he's watching their substitution, their formation, getting help from upstairs on the formation, and then he's got it simplified so much that he can give 2 hand signals and the defense is set. So that goes to his preparation, his knowledge, but also the boys' execution and their preparation. So it'll be exciting to see tonight. I mean, against a one-dimensional offense, he's licking his chops, I'm sure.
Cougars against Fort Gibson tonight. Now, Trey, the Cougars have everything in front of them for a District 4. They're 3-way tie for second.
There's only one thing.
Yeah.
That if Hilldale beats Broken Bow tomorrow, then it's not in our hands.
That's right, as far as the district title. That's
because then if we win out, we've got 1 and Hilldale has 1, and they have the head-to-head over us. So we need to be Broken Bow fans tomorrow.
That's right. They play tomorrow night. 2 of the district games tonight. One of them this Ada game, 2 tomorrow night. As far as the 4A4 top 10 coming into tonight, you got Cushing and Elk City 1 and 2. Broken Bow is now vaulted to number 3, Trey. Bethany 4, Poto is 5, Blanchard 6, Tuttle 7, Newcastle 8, Wagner 9, and Hilldale number 10. Then you have Chickasha and Ada just knocking on the door of the top 10 in both receiving votes. Ada would be technically number 12 if you take it out. But that right now you don't worry about it too much because it's all ahead of you. You win and you take care of business. As again, cancer awareness going on here. A lot of pink as you're watching on the live stream tonight.
Yeah, it looks like the Fort Gibson fans or members of the band cheer had a sign that said, "Come pray with us," and our cheerleaders and Cougars both went out on the field. The cheerleaders wearing the numeric tops tonight. I'm assuming that is their graduation year. I don't know that for a fact, but it's all 23 through 26, so that's what I'm going with, and if it's not, that's what it should be.
I think you nailed it. Really a great touch to start this game tonight, start the pregame festivities, or continue the pregame festivities here from Fort Gibson High School at Leo Donahue Tiger Stadium.
I want to give a shout-out to Ada High School alum Robert Willard for putting that highlight video together. He's done some videos for us with the lineman camp, did a video, and has done some hot videos. Really appreciate him.
We'll take a break, come back, and we're going to have your coin toss and tell you who's going to get the ball first and your starting lineups. Cougar football continues from Fort Gibson, Oklahoma. 4A4 district matchup right here at K80ARadio.net.
The Cougars. We at Carter County Dodge and Carter County Hyundai are some of your biggest fans. We know that you're not only excelling today on the fields, but in gyms, on stage, and in the classrooms. But you are also going to be tomorrow's great leaders. Embrace it and enjoy it. From your friends, neighbors, and automotive experts, Carter County Dodge and Carter County Hyundai in Ardmore. Remember, if it doesn't say Carter County, you paid too much.
Simmons Bank presents Banking Made Easy. With our powerful mobile banking app and online banking, at the touch of a finger, you can make deposits or pay bills, view account balances and transaction history, keep a close eye on your money with helpful alerts, even customize features just the way you want them. And with our contactless Visa credit and debit cards, you can just look, tap, and go. Convenient banking from Simmons Bank. Easy, fast, and secure. Learn more at simmonsbank.com/easy.
When it comes to delicious, you can't beat Roma's Italian Restaurant. And the service starts with a gracious host the moment you walk in the door. Start with their unforgettable garlic knots and butter. Order the lobster ravioli, homemade lasagna, or baked ziti. Maybe you're hungry for a pizza pie, calzone, or stromboli. Enjoy a mouth-watering ribeye, chicken fettuccine alfredo, or chicken piccata. But whatever you do, save room for the dessert. Roma's in Ada's North Hill Center, catering and DoorDash available. Call Roma's at 279-1295.
Put the reliability of the Great Plains Kubota family to work for you. Visit any of our local dealerships to see how we can serve your equipment needs.
Keep your Kubota running at peak performance with routine maintenance from Great Plains Kubota. With the parts and service you trust, Great Plains Kubota will keep your Kubota equipment running like the day you brought it home.
Visit a Great Plains Kubota for Kubota sales, service, parts, and rentals, or visit us online at GreatPlainsKubota.com. That's GreatPlainsKubota.com.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and at Fenton Ford Lincoln, we want to go one step further.
Like you, many of us here have had friends or family that have had to battle breast cancer. So throughout October, we'll be donating a portion of every vehicle sold to Project Women.
They help cover mammograms, medications, and anything else uninsured patients may need. Help us make a difference in the fight against cancer. Fenton Ford Lincoln of Ada is your best deal dealer. Learn more at FentonFord.com and FentonLincoln.com.
Ada Cougar Football, presented by the Chickasaw Nation, along with First United Bank, Ada Nissan, CTS, T&W Tire, Wild Rose Place, Carter County Dodge and Hyundai, Vision Bank, Roma Italian Restaurant, Laser Zone, Hilltop Dodge, Simmons Bank, Great Plains Kubota, State Farm Agent Don Carpenter, and Fenton Ford.
Welcome back to Fort Gibson at Leo Donahue Tiger Stadium. The Cougars against the Fort Gibson Tigers tonight, 4A4 district matchup. Tiger football brought to you this year by First United Bank, Chickasaw Nation, Ada Nissan, State Farm Don Carpenter, Agent, CTS, Vision Bank, Hilltop Dodge, Wild Rose Place, T&W Tire, Laser Zone, Carter County Dodge Hyundai, Simmons Bank, Roma Italian Restaurant, Great Plains Kubota, and Fenton Ford, your sponsors of Cougar football.
We got the same three captains this week. We're sticking with the 7 factorial.
Darius Gilmore, Andrew Hughes, and that Cooper?
Yes, and then across the way we got number 1, Hunter Branch on crutches. Number 2, Cade Waggle, also out of uniform. Number 55, John Lewis, who I think is probably their best all-around football player, at least defensively. And then 72, Andrew Sparks.
Yeah, you look at John Lewis defensively, and he is their leader. This team only has sacked the quarterback 5 times, Trey, and Lewis has 4 of them.
That's 80% of their sacks.
It is.
So, I mean, he would rather you say it that way.
80%. That's, let's talk about that for a moment. Cougars is a team this team's given up 46 points, given up a lot of real estate through the air. They don't get pressure so far through 7 games on the quarterback. The Cougars can protect. You got to like their chances.
I really like our
receivers
chances
downfield.
with CJ back there if he's not getting rushed. If there is one small knock on his game, it's when he's under pressure a little bit, and he doesn't make bad throws. He just kind of holds on the ball too long. So if they're not getting pressure on him and he's got the ability to scan the whole field, I love our chances.
Again, you see the captains out there. Hunter Branch is their leading receiver on the year, and again,
he looked good on film.
He did, and again, he's on crutches. He's played in 6 of their 7 games, so he is out. And then Weigel, also a contributor, and just a team that's been beat up. Of course, they weren't beat up back in 1999 when they made a run to the state championship game, undefeated season until then, lost to Weatherford, trying for their first state championship some 23 years ago. Then a young man named Teddy Lehman.
I'm sure Teddy's listening tonight, trying
team.
to get some broadcast tips from you and I. And so if he is, we want to give him a shout-out for his stellar career at Fort Gibson and on at the University of Oklahoma.
Yeah, this is, I guess, the most prolific and famous football graduate from Fort Gibson would be.
What a football player.
Yeah,
man.
What a great one. Cougars have won the toss. They have deferred. So Fort Gibson will get the football to start the game. This field runs north and south. North to our right, south to our left from our broadcast booth. Cougars will kick from north to south, and Fort Gibson will go from south to north in the first quarter of play. So
I wonder if they send Day-Day and CPAT out there to make Andrew look like 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you're standing across the 3 of them, he looks like he's huge.
A little intimidation. Let's go ahead and run down that Fort Gibson offense for you. Then we'll run down the Ada defense. They go with Andrew Sparks, a senior left tackle, 6'1", 200. Left guard is Jake Spencer, 5'11", 265 junior. The center, Ryan Capp, 6'1", 270 junior. Right guard, Gideon Wood, 5'10", 235 and a junior. The right tackle is Kyle Rye, a sophomore at 6'2", and 200. Jace Austin's the tight end, 5'11", 165 and a junior. Jaden Johnson, a 5'9", 145 junior wide receiver. Jace Patton is a sophomore at 5'6", 145. Braxton Miller, 6 foot 150 junior wide receiver. Landon Nels, the tailback. He did get 100 yards rushing last week, a team that's only rushed for all year for 347. Landon Nell, a 5'8", 160 senior tailback, and Cole Mahaney is a senior signal caller, 5'10", 150, kind of dual duty. Parker Lockhart will play as well. The head coach for this football team is, here come your Ada Cougars. Get a good view there, Trey, of the Cougs. As you said, Trey, I think more Cougar fans than Fort Gibson fans. Some 2.5 hours from Ada north of Muskogee. Cougars in their white uniforms, maroon numerals, as they go take a knee in the north end zone after entering Tiger Stadium.
Sounds like we got some fireworks going off behind us. That's a cool touch.
Yep, just to the east of us.
Probably because the Ada fans wanted to come to eat at Charlie's Chicken. I'm going to give a shout out to Charlie's, a great buffet tonight. So there it is.
Charlie's Chicken across the street. It was good. Cougar defense tonight. That 3-4 look. Colby Shamley heads that up. Wyatt Kilgore, the Axe, left defensive end, freshman. All he's done this year is have 5 sacks for a negative 37. He's been good. J.B. Cole, the nose guard, sophomore. Cord Coffey, junior, right defensive end. The linebackers are Jack Morris. He's the star, senior. Then you got George Maddox in the middle, 40.5 tackles for the season, 5.7 tackles per game. The will is Fisher Marr. He is one of the Cougars, actually their leading tackler. It also has a 2.5 tackles last week, 42.5 tackles for the season, over 6 per game for Fisher Marr. The jackbacker is Caden Gallagher. The defensive backs, DeMontre Patterson, the left cornerback, a junior. Andrew Hughes, senior strong safety. The free safety is Colton Carlock, sophomore. And then Deontay Lindsay, the right cornerback. The Cougar starters on defense, but they will play several. As they've really, one thing you got to love about this Cougar team, they're able to go deep. We've talked about it for off and on for several weeks, but the rotations, these young men are ready to play when their number's called. It could be from series to series.
Yeah, it's exciting not only for this year but for the future too. And that's, last year we had a tough season, and we sat in the booth and kept saying this will help us next year, and we were right. It helped.
First time been right in a while.
I mean, if you look at the experience that Fisher Marr and George Maddox got at that middle linebacker position, we hated losing Caden Ross last year. Still coached these kids up phenomenally from the sidelines and was a part of the team, but he wasn't out there on the field with them. So Fisher and George had to really grow up as sophomores, and you can tell this year that they're playing really, really well.
They are. The middle backers, again, as you mentioned, for the Ada Cougars, Fisher for the season, he's also rushed the football, but Fisher and George have really done a great job at that second level in limiting the opponent's rushing game. Again, 1 yard last week by their opponent, Stillwell. Caden Mitchell will put it on the tee at the north end of the stadium at the right hash mark at the 40-yard line. Little delay getting this started. The officials talking to the Ada coaching staff, head coach Brad Osteen.
We're doing a running clock? Is that what we're doing?
Already got a running clock. Boy, we're coming off that, aren't we, from last week? The second half played in about 30 minutes, I believe. Game time weather conditions from Fort Gibson.
Perfect. Just call it that.
It's just unbelievable right now as you look at the weather. Wind out of the south at 69 degrees. A fabulous night for football.
I tell you another thing. I brought up George and Fisher. Last year we had two sophomore kickers that came out for the first time. Meathead, Caden Mitchell, and Tyler Walker. Tyler unfortunately hurt his knee this year, but what Caden and Tyler, before he got hurt, what they were do is absolutely phenomenal. We haven't given up very many kickoff yardage this year at all.
No, he's kicked deep a couple of times, but mainly that 30, 35-yard high driving kick that usually causes a fair catch or hits in some open space and gets you.
That 25-yard line fair catch will take every single time.
Deep men try to get a number. Looks like Jaden Johnson, one of the up-backs, trying to grab a number on the number's easy to see, but his back is not turned. I think might be Landon Hubbard back there as Caden Mitchell places it on the tee from the right hash to the 40-yard line. Ada Cougar football. The 5-2 Cougars looking for win number 6.
We got some new kids out there today, several freshmen out there. Bohannon and Eli's out there. McGilbray's out there. There you go. Where's he going to fair catch that?
Kick, 22-yard line. No fair catch. 25 coming to the boundary at the 30 and out of bounds.
Pushed out by Kelton Stipe and Colton Carlock.
It was Jaden Johnson, the up back that I mentioned, who got the return. So Fort Gibson.
Kenny, I got some family that lives in North Carolina, which is basketball country, as you know, but they're actually watching and listening to the game out at the Outer Banks. Pretty place to be. They claim they're fishing, but I just got pictures of them sleeping. But I want to give a shout-out to my cousin, James Kinley.
Enjoy the broadcast tonight. Cougars try to find one. Boy, the Outer Banks, that's like a good time. Parker Lockhart actually gets the start at quarterback. So I told you that a 2-quarterback system. They're going to run it on first down. Not much off the left side. The Cougars shut it down in a hurry. They tried a little slant play.
He met the middle linebackers.
On an outside handoff. They will play fast. The run went to Landon Nell, and they got a yard. Yeah, the middle linebackers.
He met Marr and Maddox.
They got him.
The M&Ms. I'm going to get him some shirts next year called the M&Ms.
Lockhart, 5'10", 150, a junior quarterback, takes a snap. Nell again up the middle, and Maddox got him again as he burst through to the 33-yard line. So they come out trying to run the football, and again, they have not had much success this year, but they had over 200 last year.
Carter Kinley checking in for Jack Morris. Probably going to see that. Carter's with Jagger hurting his ankle last week. Oh, now we're switching back out and putting the star back in. But Jagger's got that bum ankle, so Carter's going to play probably the backup Jack tonight.
3rd and 7. We got motion. Lockhart throwing down the left sideline. Nobody out there. He tried a deep ball. Nope, it's offside against Ada.
Interesting.
So a penalty against the Cougars. It was a free play at a market.
I guess normally you won't see them call that off. I didn't see anybody unabated to the quarterback, so I'm surprised they didn't let him have the free play. Carter back in for Jack more of a running down, so they're going to bring the coverage linebacker out and have the contained guy in. So you got two Jacks in.
I formation for Lockhart on 3rd and 1. Hands it off to the deep back Nell.
Carter did a great job
goes
there.
Nowhere. Carter Kinley stands him up in the backfield. Nell was trying to get to the first down marker, and Carter Kinley stood him up at the 38-yard line. They give him forward progress to the original line of scrimmage, 4th and 1.
Did a great job coming off his block. Forcing the guy inside and came off and wrapped the guy up.
Punt formation, I believe that's Jaden Johnson, who averages 31 a boot a week ago in 5 punts. Low snap, drives
Feeder.
one that's going to hit at the 42 and 8 territory and roll dead at the 37, 24 yards, no return. So the Cougars have their first possession.
Again, the defense does its job.
The Stillwell team, interesting, or Fort Gibson team that likes to play fast trade, that they came out and they played fast, but they just 3 consecutive run plays.
Kind of like that's what OU tried to do against Texas. We played real fast for 3 plays, and then we punted.
Cougars in their white. Carter Freedom, the quarterback, will set the offense for you in just a moment. 2-step drop, quick out, Jack catches, 42-yard line, shifty, comes back to the boundary, breaks a tackle. Finally, a couple of Tigers grab him. I smell the firecrackers from a
yeah, I hope that's what it is and not my vehicle.
To the 43-yard line. To the Cougars throw it on first down in a 6-yard pickup to Jack Morris.
Jack, Monty gets the reputation as the run after catch guy, but Andrew and Jack both did a really good job too, both being physical and their basketball footwork shows. They're elusive.
We'll put the 8 offense up after this play. Cooper Patterson in motion. Jet sweep running right. 40, 45. Coop, 50. Cuts back inside. Good move. Cooper Patterson. A nice move as he cut back up inside to the 46-yard line. A beautiful gain of 11 yards and a Cougar first down.
Cooper did a great job there, and that was exciting for him. Only his, I think, second touch of the year. Had catch earlier on in the year and then missed several games with that, as he told me. Most worthless bone in your ankle that was broken.
Isaiah Hayden, left tackle. Kel Fuller, left guard. Caden Balthrop, the center. Jagger Caldwell, the right guard. Makir Sanusi, the big right tackle. That's the Cougar offensive line. We'll set the rest in a moment. Freeland, quick pitch. Day. 50, 45, 40, boundary. 30, cuts, 25, 20, 15, 11-yard line. Darius Gilmore finally ushered out of bounds. Great blocking on the edge. Finally getting him is Donnie Cox, a 5'11", 160 sophomore. But Gilmore got great blocking out on the edge, and the ball is right at the 10-yard line. 1st and goal for Ada. How about a 36-yard run?
Yeah, I just think we're going to be able to do whatever we want to do offensively tonight. This team looks really good on paper, but I've noticed in several games, if you punch them in the mouth like this, they're going to struggle.
Cougars rushed for 268 yards last week. They throw to the end zone, a fade pattern to Andrew Hughes. Went up at the pylon. Did he stay in?
Nope.
No, out of bounds. Was a beautiful pass on a fade to Andrew. Jaden Johnson in coverage far side as Hughes and Freeland almost connected again, Trey. Andrew went up and made the catch. He's hauled in.
That was officially a bad call, according to replay.
You see his feet inbounds?
It wasn't an NFL catch, but it was a high school college catch. His right foot came down inbounds.
Cougars quickly to the line of scrimmage. Coming to the left side is Stafford. Here comes Patterson. DeMontre on the jet sweep. They got him hemmed in the backfield. Good penetration that time. Connor Welch, linebacker, got DeMontre coming to the boundary side. Never could get turned upfield north and south. Drop back at the 14 for a 4-yard loss.
Yeah, they did a good job getting penetration there on their right side.
Opening quarter, 8:18 to play and running. Cougars have a 3rd and goal from the 14. They're going to send Hughes in the slot to the right. They stack Hughes and DeMontre Patterson to that side. Morris in the slot to the left. DeMontre in motion. Fake handoff by Freeland. Pressure, rolls right, got a man wide open, and it went through the hands of Caden Gallagher. KK had it and probably gets to the pylon if he can haul it in. He was being chased, was Carter, by that big guy, John Lewis, 55.
Field goal, first attempt of the season. I like it. I was hoping that we would do that there at the end of the half last week.
Cougars go from their own 43 to the 14 and stall. 43-yard drive. It'll be from the left hash mark. 31-yard field goal. Yeah, replay. Andrew well inbounds on that catch. Wow.
31-yarder.
Gallagher puts it down off the Marr snap, and Mitchell drills it. Nope.
Missed it left.
Boy, he had a lot of leg on that. From here, it looked like he was in, but they say it went wide left. And it's one thing, extra points are right down the middle, and it just didn't get it pushed out.
That's why I was hoping last week we would have got that for him, because that's the first attempt of the season.
He had plenty of leg. He could have got that one from 40. So the Cougars turned away on a missed 31-yard field goal. Fort Gibson will take over their second possession at the 7:53 mark at their own 14-yard line. The Cougars look like should have had a touchdown on a great catch by Hughes and on a great toss from Friedland. 1 foot down by Andrew in bounds.
Again, it's in the NFL. College, you got 7 and 9-man crews. In high school, you got one back judge, so he's standing in the middle of the end zone. That's at the far back pylon, so it's tough for him to see.
Parker Lockhart's the quarterback. Now they're going to move the ball up to the 20-yard line. So that's
inside
right.
the 20.
That's right. So it's inside. They originally had it at the 14. So from the 20, Lockhart under center, play action. Gallagher chasing. They try a screen pass. It's caught out in the flat by Nunez, and he's going to get close to a first down. Nice screen play to Nunez. Ushered out of bounds Colton Carlock on the near side, along with Deontay Lindsay. But I think they got a first down out to the 30-yard line, a 10-yard pickup.
The thing you don't want to do here is let a team believe. We need to we got the start we wanted, weren't able to capitalize.
Initial first down, handoff to Nell, and he is
Carter again.
Nailed and driven down.
JB
Coyle, Carter Kinley, great contact, filling that gap from that linebacker position, meeting the ball carrier. They're going to give him 1 to the 31.
Kilgore checking in for Balthrop. Ball's got to hurry and get off here.
It's Fort Gibson again. They come up in a hurry. Parker Lockhart, the quarterback. Deep handoff to Nell, sprinting left, trying for the edge. Andrew Hughes chases him down from his safety position, makes the initial contact.
Got a flag. Carter was getting held, it looked like. I saw his hands go up in the air like, why are you doing this to me? So if you can't get there, try to sell. That's part of it. Sell that holding call.
Some pink laundry in honor of Cancer Awareness Month here on the field.
Will Johnson, sophomore, checking in for Cord Coffee.
So the holding penalty will move it back to the 20-yard line. So Fort Gibson behind the chains. They must reach the 39, it appears, or the 40. So second down and 20. They go shotgun. Trips to the right. Lockhart looking that way on a screen to his back. Nail. Cougars pursue, and there's about 6 Cougars there. They tried the screen. You talk about swarming the football. Yeah, George turned it back up inside. Will Johnson, amongst others, Trey, there to make sure Nell could not get north and south.
Normally you don't turn around from a screen. You're looking for open field, and all he saw was white jerseys.
So 1 on the play, 3rd and 19. Pistol formation, trips to the left, a single on the boundary side, and the slot, and the Cougars have jumped on the hard cadence. So the third penalty will move it to the 26-yard line.
Looked like Kilgore got a little antsy. Nope, moved it the other way. Drew him off.
Well, the Cougars jump, but they say it was illegal motion that got him there. So moves it back to the 6.
You can't do that.
What's that?
You can't move to draw us off.
Yeah. Moves it back to the 16, so it's 3rd down and 24. They must reach the 40. Shotgun formation, Nell beside Lockhart. Got twin receivers both sides. Lockhart in the pocket. Throws it deep down the side. Going to be picked off. One or two Cougars could have got it.
Colton
Lockhart got it. It was going to go right to Case Stafford as well, Trey.
Yeah. Case was like, I got this, and Colton said, oh, not so fast, my friend. I got this.
He was going to call a fair catch as that ball was lofted up there for Case, and then here came Colton to get it. The Cougars take over on the interception.
Was that a double interception? Since technically Case was going to intercept it, and Carlock intercepted it from Case?
6:01 to play, and the Cougars take over at the 25-yard line. Another takeaway, Trey, with this Ada defense.
Yeah, what are we on the year? Do you know off the top of your head? I know we're very heavy in the plus side.
Yep, I'll look it up on my stat sheet here in just a moment. It's from the 25-yard line with 6 minutes to play. Quick slant pass.
Good
caught.
catch.
A beauty. On a slant to Demontre Patterson inside the 15 to the 13.
That was a great pass by CJ there. Hit him right in the gut where the defender couldn't get a hand on it.
12-yard pickup for the Cougars. Carter Freeland. A beautiful pass. Jack Morris brings in the play. Freeland on the season, 53 of 92, 842 yards, 10 touchdowns to 1 interception. Cougars only have 7 turnovers this year. Freeland throws it out in the flat for Morris.
A little bit wide.
Incomplete.
I like what the offensive line's doing. That was a kind of a play action there, and Day had room.
Opponents have turned the ball over 15 times. Cougars are +8. 7 turnovers and forced 15 on the season. 2nd and 10 from the 13. You got Hughes and Demontre Patterson wide right. There's a pass quick, just a little out pattern to the slot guy Patterson, who dropped the football. I thought he was down.
They
caught
called
it
him down
at the 10-yard line. The official finally comes up and is going to rule him down.
No, they're talking about it.
They're going to mark it at the 10-yard line. Let's see who has the football. Patterson caught it. He was in the slot, just kind of went about 5 yards and curled. Or maybe they're going to say no catch. Let's see what they decide here.
He definitely caught it, and he definitely fumbled it. They didn't give it to him, though. 3rd down.
So 3rd down. They're going to call it incomplete.
Really?
So from the 13, it's 3rd down for the Cougars. They stalled a moment ago and missed a 31-yard field goal right back in Fort Gibson Tiger territory.
He took 6 steps with the ball. And then as the guy was bringing him down, the guy's knee hit the ball.
Fort Gibson, a 3-4 defense. We've got a timeout by Fort Gibson here in the first half. Ada and Fort Gibson scoreless at the 4:21 mark, and 4:19. The clock is running for some reason here in the first quarter. They've not, with the timeout, they're continuing to run the clock up there, so maybe they'll figure it all out in just a moment. But we're going to keep it right here. I want to see how long the clock runs, Trey. But Fort Gibson defense, we haven't set that for you yet. They have a 3-4, and they go 230, 285, and 260 up front. And their linebackers are Welch, Lewis, Nunez, and Caden Hunt. It's been a much maligned defense. Gave up 237 rushing and 236 passing last week against Medill. So almost 500 yards of offense, 473 total. Gave up 5 touchdown passes. They give up 46.3 points per game on the season due to the Fort Gibson Tigers. Ada's been in the red zone now twice, empty the first time. They ran about 33 extra seconds off the clock.
I don't know that they ran that much off. And actually, technically, it probably should have. That's probably right, because it should have gone back to where it was, 5 seconds in from the last play, because they ruled it an incompletion.
That's right.
So it probably isn't where it should be.
So from the 13-yard line, the Cougars face 2nd down. They got a 1st down. I thought we had an incomplete pass before.
I'm really confused.
I am too. Freeland going to throw a slant to Morris. Confused no more. Touchdown Cougars. Pitch and catch. Jack Morris is simply a little slant pattern into the end zone for Ada, and the Cougars lead at 6-zip.
Yeah, that's it doesn't really matter what down it is now, except on your little play sheet there, which it never makes any sense to me anyway. I just look at the time of possession. The rest of it's written in Hebrew.
Got to learn Hebrew, my friend. Caden Mitchell to boot the extra point. Mar the snap. That KK hold it? Nope, that's Case Stafford on the hold. And the extra point is perfect.
KK did a little damage to his thumb last week, and so Case came in. I believe it was on the third possession last week, and did a good job. So they'll probably keep. You can see KK's got that thumb taped up, so that's a situation where you don't want him really catching the ball with a bum thumb.
Carter Freeland just delivered another touchdown pass, his 11th of the season. Jack Morris just hauled in touchdown reception, number 5 for the year. Had 3 in one game, and that was just pitch and catch there as he was kind of in the slot to the left. Just ran a little skinny post, just kind of turned it back up inside for an easy touchdown.
Yeah, we talked about that on the way up here. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. We thought it was third down, too. We talked about that on the way up here about having the short passes all night long. That's what I know. We've had some games where we've struggled to run the ball, but people still have to account for our coach's propensity to call a running play. And so it opens it up. Even if you don't necessarily run successfully, they have to play for the run.
4 plays, 25 yards, 1 minute and 31 seconds for Ada to strike after the interception set up by Colton Carlock.
We get this kickoff team. You got Carlock, Bohannon, Kelton Stipe, Owen Walford,
big Karan Richardson,
McGilbray's out there.
High deep kick.
Seth Flynn,
Jaden Johnson at the 16, running laterally, and you don't want to do that. Cougars got him back at the 15. McGilbray down there to get him as Jaden Johnson caught it after a deep kick. It was a nice kick, about 45-yard kick with a lot of air under it.
Yeah, Chase. Karan was right there too, but I believe Chase and McGilbray got him.
It's the 4:20 mark. Fort Gibson's third possession. Punted on their first. Interception on their second. Cougar defense will come out, try to throw up another stop. The quarterback again is Parker Lockhart, Jr., 5'10", 150. Pistol formation, tight formation for Fort Gibson in the red uniforms. Lockhart under center, going to run it up the middle, a little bit of room. More around the legs of Nell as he lunges forward.
Here's the M&Ms again.
To the 19-yard line.
You do have Day in playing defense for the first time in a couple weeks at that star position. And I believe, J.D. Dugan's also in at safety for Andrew.
2nd and 6, power I formation. Got a fullback and a tailback dotting the I. Lockhart, the deep man Nell. Going left, almost to the second level before he's brought down far side.
Like Monty got him. Carter checking in for Day, going with now with the 3rd and short will be in it's called a heavy set.
Going to mark the ball at the 24-yard line. They need 1. Lockhart to Nell again, and he tried to turn it back up inside. The Cougars, great penetration. Stonewall as Nell tried to get it up inside. J.B. Coyle got off the nose that time and really looked like he might have initiated shutting that play down for a loss of 1.
Yeah, he definitely caused the initial pile up in the middle, and then M&Ms were in there too I hope they're okay with that name. That's what I'm calling them when they do it together. But they were right there in the middle, and that really reinforces that wall.
Jaden Johnson in punt formation at his 10-yard line. High snap over his head, chases it down. Owen Wofford chasing. Johnson to the 10, 15, looking for the first down, won't get it. Fisher Marr used his speed to get him on the boundary. Boy, Johnson got close.
He did.
He did a great job after Wofford pressured him after the high snap. They're going to mark it at the 20, so they come up short of the first down. The Cougars take over.
Just what Fort Gibson didn't need.
So in a muffed snap.
It's like we're going a little fast here, too.
Ada quickly to the line of scrimmage at the 2:52 mark. They pitch it to Gilmore, running right at the 20. He's hemmed in, got a flag, comes in. Gilmore cuts it back inside, shows his power for the little man. Gets 11.
Andrew with
inside the 10, but we got some laundry on the field. We'll see what the call is.
Holding against Ada. I think it was the inside wide receiver on that far side. It's like Day may have twisted an ankle or something. Carlock comes in for him.
So it negates a 10-yard pickup by Darius Gilmore. Day had a really nice week last week, had 3 touchdowns, 13 rushes, 88 yards for the season. He's rushed for 428, 4.4 per tote, 6 touchdowns. So a hold moves it back to the 30. At Ada.
Yeah, hold on the interior line there. It looked like either Balls or Sanusi.
Shotgun, DeMontre in motion, handoff up the middle. Colton, 20, nice cut, outside 15. Colton Carlock ducking his head. Great blocking along the left side. Caldwell downfield blocking. The receivers locking up as well, but Colton Carlock showed some nifty footwork and speed, Trey, to get it all the way down to the 12-yard line for 18.
You know, he was the freshman quarterback last year, and pretty good quarterback, left-handed, but he is a runner, and you can see his instincts on that play. He's not thinking. He's just reacting. Natural runner.
Reed Sampson bringing in the play. He'll come to the near side of the left side. Cooper Patterson in the slot to the right.
Ryan's also
Andrew Hughes wide right. Xander been out for a while. Play action. They throw deep right corner for Hughes. This time it's overthrown. Andrew kind of cut the pattern off to the inside, then tried to go back to the football at the right, but the pylon in the deep in the end zone, incomplete, but brings up a 3rd down and 2 for Ada.
Got a heavy package coming in here. Fisher coming in, Jake Bohannon. It looked like Coffey came back in as well, so we got the tight end in. Case Stafford bringing the play in.
Good to see Xander Ryan's out there. He's been nursing that ankle injury. So Cougars quickly to the line of scrimmage. Freeland under center. Man in motion. Fake to Marr. Handoff up the middle. And that's Bohannon, I believe.
Yep.
Jake Bohannon playing tailback. Marr came in motion, a decoy on the fake. And Jake up the middle behind that offensive line. Caden Balthrop, the center, kind of leading the way, lunging forward to the 8. 1st and goal for the Cougars.
Jake, a freshman, obviously still pretty small in stature, but he runs like a physical back. I mean, he's just going to lower his shoulder and go straight forward, not a lot of left to right. Now we got KK, George, and Fisher in as the backs. So I don't know if Fisher lines up deep here. Yep.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage again. Gallagher, that wing tee in the slot to the left. Here's a handoff to Gallagher coming right, trying to cut it back up. Gets inside the 5, made a man miss, and kind of slippery as he got to the 5-yard line. Good penetration by one of the linebackers on the far side. But Gallagher kind of stopped, cut it back up inside, got a couple.
That play is designed if KK or Fisher gets it, they're supposed to get past the line, plant their foot, and go straight north-south. It looked like there he may have had the outside edge, but that's not how it's designed when they've got the ball.
2nd to go from the 5. Reed Sampson goes wide right. Cougars heavy to the right. Pitch it to Marr, and good penetration. Fisher is drugged down in the backfield. He was hit before he could get started, and there was great penetration by John Lewis, their senior linebacker at 6 foot 215. At that time, he was all over Marr in the backfield as he got to and they get Fisher with his strength able to get back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and goal for Ada.
Yeah, we double teamed the nose guard there, and that middle linebacker just came through scot-free.
So on 3rd and goal, Fort Gibson trying to hold the Cougars out of the end zone. Cooper Patterson comes wide left along with Morris in the slot. Andrews solo to the right. They throw it to him on a slant. Andrews got it. Did he hang on? Yes, sir. Boy, it hung to his shoulder. Just a quick slant to Andrew Hughes. And the Cougars lead at 13-0 as Carter Freeland delivers again. Andrew Hughes hauls in touchdown number 12.
Yeah, that's the same play that Jack scored on earlier, just coming the other side. Pretty good pass by CJ. Andrew did a good job. I didn't think where I saw it go in on top of his shoulder pad and then he took the hit, I figured the ball may come out just because of the contact after where he had it in his hands.
Caden Mitchell on the extra point, but a whistle, I think, came before he could get it off. The Cougars touchdown come to 25.1 to play. Offsides against Fort Gibson. Coach Osteen making sure the extra point was called good. It was offsides Fort Gibson. Cougars decline. 14-0 Ada. 25 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Ada. Nope.
Re-kick it.
Yep, they're going to move it up. So I thought they said it declined. I guess he said they've got me confused.
I'm so confused.
I thought they said declined the penalty because the kick was good. Or maybe they're saying the kick was no good and you take the penalty. I don't know.
Or we declined it just to stay where you're at on marking the ball and all that. It's a lot easier to mark it on that 10 than find the 8.
There you go.
8.5 or whatever.
I think you got it.
Meathead's got the leg. That's not going to – great job by Case Stafford there.
On the high snap, but the extra point fades to the right. Yep, missed timing off a little bit on the high snap. 13-0 Ada on the missed PAT. 25 seconds to play in the first quarter. You're listening and watching the Cougars live, KADARadio.net.
This is Lucas Clark, president of First United Bank here in Ada. We measure success not just with numbers, but with a commitment to faith, financial well-being, personal development, and wellness. It's how we spend life wisely. If that doesn't sound like a bank, welcome to First United. Learn more at spendlifewisely.com. Proud supporter of the Ada Cougars, member FDIC.
The first one.
Cougars have used the short field twice, Trey, a 25-yard four-play drive and now a 20-yard six-play drive.
Yeah, our yards per play tonight really is not very good, to be honest with you.
No problem. Fort Gibson's done a decent job.
They've made us work for it. I mean,
penalties. Cougars got to cut back on the penalties a little bit.
I guess we went about 50 yards on the first drive after that punt, 40 yards.
Missed the field goal.
Other side, this time we got Seth Flynn, Chase Bailey, and I can't see that far. That's Deontay Lindsay.
Up back at the 31-yard line on the Mitchell kick. Lunges
Andrew
forward
Hughes
to the 40. The Cougars in coverage. So 1st and 10 from the 40. So Fort Gibson will take over after the kickoff and the 4-yard return.
A little after the play fun there for number 10. Caden Hunt, senior running back linebacker, and
Seth Flynn over here, maybe?
No, Jake Bohannon over here.
Okay.
Obviously, he has not seen the cauliflower ear that Jake Bohannon has as an 8th grader.
Fort Gibson comes up in a hurry to snap the football, and again, some pink laundry again on the field before the snap can come off. That'll move Fort Gibson back 5 yards.
Yeah, I don't care how tough you think you are. You run into a kid with cauliflower ear, you don't mess with him.
No, stay away.
Like that holder Spencer Jones at OU ran into the wrestlers at the bar one night, and he didn't fare too well.
Shotgun formation. Oh, baby, that Wyatt. Yes, sir. A quick Kilgore lowers the boom in the backfield. Big-time play by Kilgore on the handoff to Braylon McComb, and McComb went nowhere as Wyatt Kilgore shot the gap from the defensive line in a hurry and brought him down in the backfield.
I didn't even see it happen.
They're going to mark it back at the 33-yard line, and that will end the first quarter. Cougars in control here at Fort Gibson, leading 13-0. Your second quarter of Cougar football next at KADARadio.net.
If you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, or maybe your vehicle needs a little attention, we're your one-stop shop.
Come score a new Nissan Pathfinder, completely redesigned and ready to hit the road with style and convenience.
And don't get penalized with high gas prices. The Nissan Altima will get you over 600 miles per tank.
And the MVP of the lineup, the new Nissan Rogue, with best in-class fuel economy and tech.
We are a proud supporter of the Ada Cougar Athletic Department, and we'd like to wish all of you a great season. Go Cougs!
I guess their other quarterbacks aren't. Welcome back to Fort Gibson, Trey. We was talking about Ada leads 13-0. It looks like maybe Cole Mahaney there, who has done most of the passing this year. Their quarterback hadn't any sign that he's going to play tonight.
Which is interesting because he's the better passer according to the two deep that we got. He's suited up. I didn't see him in street clothes anyway.
Twin receivers to the right. Fort Gibson now goes from north to south at Tiger Stadium down below. Lockhart in the shotgun. Hands it to McComb, coming left on the slant. Will
KK
Johnson and Caden Gallagher stand him up. 33-yard line. Not much.
Ball came out, but evidently he was ruled down.
They'll give him a lunge to the 34 barely for a yard. So third down. The Ada Cougar defense this year on third downs have just been outstanding. 22-94 coming into this game. Their opponent is 23.4%. 3rd and 17, trips to the right. Lockhart, play action, steps back. Nobody open downfield, flushed, and going to be sacked. Kilgore from behind, is that Wyatt?
Yeah, JB was there, but I tell you who did a great job there was Deontay Lindsay. He was this right corner and didn't have a receiver on this side, so when the quarterback ran out to his left to go, Deontay's waiting there on him, and the guy changed his mind. That's what made him hesitate, and the guys got him from behind.
So a sack. Moves it back to the 29-yard line. Jaden Johnson will punt on 4th down. The Cougars again on 3rd down get off the field. Nice kick. Angling right. 40-yard line. Fort Gibson bounce. Now goes lateral. 38-yard line. 43 yards. And the Cougars take over from their own 38, 1st and 10, leading 13-0.
Yeah, defense has played phenomenal. One first down so far, Kenny. I believe they got it on a first down play.
One first down. 33-yard punt, by the way, not 43. 33 and no return, right at his average for the year. So the Cougars come up to the line of scrimmage in a hurry, up 1 first down.
Dawson Matthews in at right tackle this series.
On 1st and 10, Freedom
There's
back
Andrew.
to pass. Looking, Andrew's wide open deep. There's some air under the football. Andrew going to try to come back, and it's going to be interference.
That's a great job by Andrew. He knew it was underthrown, waited to get the guy in the right spot, and then plants his leg and runs right back into him.
Yep, he had his man beat, but Carter kind of floated that one. Donnie Cox in ran right over Andrew Hughes. Pass interference, as you said well, Trey, just kind of stopped, and you can't stop on a dime.
Andrew knew on about the 35-yard line that was underthrown. He kept running and then plants, lowers his shoulder, and goes back into the guy like he's going for the ball.
It goes from.
Unfortunately, in high school, it's only a 15-yard penalty.
Goes from the 8 of 38 to the 47 in Fort Gibson territory. The Cougars moving from south to north or left to right, leading 13-zip on the road at Fort Gibson. First all-time meeting between Ada and Fort Gibson. Preston Davis, 6'1", 290. The nose guard right now in there for Fort Gibson, lines up over Balthrop. Shotgun formation, Gilmore to the right of Freeland. Play action, slant. Little high for DeMontre at the 40, couldn't haul it in. Incomplete. Again, the Cougars trying to utilize that short passing game. DeMontre couldn't haul that one in. 2nd and 10 for Ada, 47-yard line of Fort Gibson territory.
CJ's got to get that down, but it hit him in both hands, so he's got to catch it there. It's one of those where it's not an ideal pass, but as a receiver, they'll tell you if it hits you in both your hands, you got to come down with the ball.
8 of 5 first downs so far in this game. The last 2 weeks, they have really put up some
over 50
gaudy numbers. Yeah, 54 first downs the last 2 weeks. Here's a play action pass, and it's caught. Morris, 30, 25, 20, 15. Jack Morris turned it, run yards after catch. Inside the 15 to the 14-yard line, a 33-yard pickup again. Just found the soft spot. Sat down, caught it, then made sure he pulled it in, then made a yards after catch. First down, 8 of their 6 of the game.
I was talking to Coach Osteen the other day with another parent about kids playing other sports. You know, he likes, obviously, his lineman to wrestle, but if you like basketball, he loves it because of the footwork. And you see Jack's footwork there. You've seen Andrew's footwork. Even George, a basketball player, the footwork.
Pistol formation. Gilmore gets it up the middle, spins off a couple blocks. Big Kel Fuller in there pushing the pile as Gilmore runs straight ahead to the 10-yard line. Gain of 4 to be 2nd and 6 for Ada. That time, kind of the pistol, but he was about maybe a yard and a half behind Freeland and quickly got the football. So the Ada front, again, is Isaiah Hayden, Kel Fuller, Caden Bullthrop, Jagger Caldwell, and Dawson Matthews, the right tackle. Case Stafford will bring in the play, and the Cougars knocking on the door. The ball just nestled inside the 11, halfway in between the 10 and 11-yard line.
Actually, Sanusi's in at right guard right now.
Twin receivers. Jet sweep, Patterson coming right. That's DeMontre, cuts it inside the 10.
Good job by Darius there leading the way, and Dawson Matthews.
And Jaden Johnson able to somehow slip through, get him at with the ankles. Nice tackle by Jaden Johnson.
Here comes Jagger back in for Sanusi at right guard.
Ball at just about a football length inside the 9.
Andrew and Jack both checking back in.
And probably look there on 3rd and 5.
Which slant are we throwing here?
Yeah, I'm going to say which one. Just you got trip receivers. Hughes to the boundary side. Cooper Patterson, Jack Morris wide left. Freeland two-step. Those to the pylon for Andrew. And up, he got it. Touchdown! Ada Cougars. Andrew Hughes, a mismatch with anybody in the state right now. And Carter Freeland dropped it in the breadbasket, baby. And the Cougars lead it 19-0. Their second connection of the game.
You'd say put him up with anybody in the state. Kudos to him. He got an offer last weekend, an official offer from the University of Oklahoma for high jumping, their track and field program, which is really cool. Super proud of him.
Caden Mitchell on for the extra point. Cougars look to go up 20-zip off the Stafford hold, and the place is down. And this one is perfect by Caden Mitchell. He's made 2 of 3.
That's after you hit a bad drive on the tee box. The next one, you're not swinging any easier, are you? You're swinging hard, and he swung that leg hard there and nailed that one. Looked really good coming off his foot.
20-zip Ada, 8:36 to play in the second quarter. You're listening and watching the Cougars live at KADARadio.net.
His 2 Chickasaw travel stops are loaded with fast and convenient items to make your busy schedule a little less hectic. There's something for everyone. We've got a large selection of food choices, fuel that's ethanol-free, and fast and friendly service that you can appreciate, especially when kickoff is minutes away. Locate your Chickasaw travel stop, your one-stop shop, at the corner of Country Club and Lonnie Abbott Boulevard, or on the corner of Main Street and Ladder Road in Ada.
Cougars making it look easy. 5 plays, 62 yards, 2 minutes and 7 seconds on that drive. Another touchdown pass. Cougars got that one into the hands. Their 3rd touchdown pass of the game by Freeland. That one to Andrew Hughes for the 2nd time. 9-yard variety that time. Caden Mitchell drilling the extra point. So now Fort Gibson will try it again.
I'd like to see a little pooch right down the middle.
A lot of space in the middle. There you go. That's going to angle to the right side. They're going to run a reverse, 25 to the 30.
Good
Cougars
job by Carlock staying home.
Yep, they were home but missed the tackle, and that reverse gets them out to the 45-yard line. Carlock stayed home, but Donnie Cox broke the tackle. And
Kelton Stipe ultimately brought him down. He's a freshman, and I've watched him play in some JV games. Man, he is physical. He brings it to the point of attack.
Fort Gibson will start this drive from their 44-yard line. 8:27 to play.
Speaking of JV, they played Monday night, won their 4th game in a row.
Jace Patton comes wide to the left. He's joined out here by Donnie Cox. Ball on the right hash mark for Parker Lockhart, the quarterback. Going to keep it on the ground. Nell up inside. Nice spin move to the 50. Is that Jagger in there?
Yeah, Jagger ultimately finished him off. Looked like JB got an ankle or something, get him off balance a little bit.
2nd and 4 from the 50, a 6-yard pickup by Nell.
Reed Sampson also in at that star linebacker.
4 receivers deployed from the shotgun as Lockhart. Here comes Nell again running left,
Good
trying
job
to get
by
the
Deontay.
edge. Lindsey kind of slowed him up.
Reed Sampson, George Maddox.
Close to a 1st down on the run by Nell. Showed some pretty good speed to get to the corner. Going to mark him just short, about a yard short at the 47-yard line. They got to reach the 46 for a 1st down, 3rd and 1.
Fisher Marr checks back in for Kelton.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage, the Tigers. Nell on the handoff, and he
Isaiah
will not
Hayden.
get, big Isaiah set on him in the backfield. J.B. Coyle as well, but woo, Isaiah all over him on the handoff, and the Cougars stonewall him again on that 3rd and short play and force a 4th and 1, no gain.
Deuce, and J.B. They're going, no, it's 3rd down, sorry.
Cougars' Will Johnson goes on a hard cadence and jumps off sides. I think it should have been 4th down, actually. I know the change said 30. It was 4th down. They didn't. They had moved the change. It was 4th and 1. But the Cougars jump offside on the hard cadence. They're going to move it to the Ada 42. They hand it off to Nell running right. Cuts back inside. Got room. And from behind, Reed Sampson finally got him at the 3rd level. But
safety was up there with him, too. Is that J.D. Dugan?
Good blocking up front and a late flag. Maybe a personal foul, one way or the other. Goes all the way to the 29. They got 13 on the run. Chase Bailey also in the game for the Cougars. Let's see if the flag. It looks like it might be against Ada.
Where's the white hat?
I'm not sure. Yeah, if it's going to be a personal foul, I think, against Ada. And one thing about the Cougars tonight, too many penalties here in the first half, and that's something you can coach. You're leading 20-0, and something you can talk about a little bit. So a 15-yard penalty, personal foul.
They don't have the change set. I don't know why they're letting them go yet. They're not. There we go.
They've been a little discombobulated. From the gun, Lockhart back, looking deep into the end zone, and he overthrew his man. Trying for a little slant to Jaden Johnson in the back of the end zone. Missed him.
I think that was I don't have a throw here. I'm going to throw it out.
Yeah, Cougars had bracket coverage out there on Johnson. Again, Fort Gibson goes in a hurry. Twin receivers left, a single to the right. Nell going to run it on the outside run play, going
Jagger.
nowhere.
Ball.
Jagger Caldwell over it.
Ball.
Ball on the turf. The Cougars got it. Let's see who gets up with it.
Deuce, I believe.
Isaiah Hayden on the football, and the Cougars have recovered. Jagger Caldwell made the hit, and Isaiah Hayden finished it off. Their second takeaway of the game.
Left tackle, right guard. Oh, wait, we're on defense.
I think those boys, Caldwell and Hayden, going to be forces on both sides of the ball the rest of this year and next year as well. Those two can really play some football.
Yeah, I'm trying to see here who knocked it out. I clicked the replay a little too late.
Toyota takes over at their 17. 6:48 to play here in the second quarter.
Like something he sees. No safety over the top.
Leading
I like it
20
too.
to nothing. Freeland back to pass. There's a quick out to Patterson. Catches. DeMontre grab. Trying to get away from Jaden Johnson. Can't. Good job by Jaden Johnson defensively. DeMontre Patterson caught it but couldn't shake loose from the junior. 5'9", 145.
CJ looked out here and tapped his helmet. I don't know if he was telling Monty or Andrew, but Andrew had single coverage with no safety help over the top.
2nd and 10, officially no gain. Andrew Hughes comes out of the game. Ball at the right hash mark. Case Stafford comes to the near side. DeMontre Patterson in the slot to the left.
Again, no
Jack
safety.
Morris goes wide to that side. Freeland takes 2 steps, looking over the middle, caught on a slant. 25-yard line. Jack Morris went and sat down at the 25, and Cougars get 7 and they'll like 3 on 3rd down.
Kind of strange to me. Fort Gibson literally on that play had all 11 guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, which means there's nobody deep on these receivers. Yet somehow we're still getting the short route open. So you got Andrew and Monty over here.
3rd and 3 from the 25. Quick pitch. Gilmore coming right. Looking for the change. Being strung out. Cuts it back inside. What a cut by Day. They strung it out. He had not much more real estate coming this way. Found a little cut lane to cut back inside and got the first down for Ada up at the 33-yard line. Give him 8. Cougars 1st and 10.
I talked about a play that Case Ryan Stafford made last week. Andrew did it just then. He had the guy, but it took so long for the play to get out to him. He did a really good job of letting go at the right time to not get a holding call.
Balthrop comes over the football. Cougars dig in. Dawson Matthews digs in at the right tackle. Caden Gallagher in motion, gets set at the left. Full sniffer back, pitch to Gilmore behind a Gallagher block. A lot of real estate. 40, 45, cuts back across field. 50. Oh, Day into Fort Gibson territory. Fuller, Gallagher out there blocking on the edge. 45-yard line, 22 yards, and a Cougar first down.
I know Cale is not as big as most linemen, but there's not most linemen that can run out that far in front of your tailback. Got a play stoppage here. I'm not sure. Do you need a break? Sideline warning, maybe?
Cougars in Fort Gibson territory at the 45-yard line, leading 20-0. 5:02 to play here in the second quarter. Cougars home next week against Poto.
No flag. He's waving it off. Where's he going? Oh, yeah, he actually threw his flag like 5 yards into their bench. So I assume it was some type of sideline obstruction warning, but I bet it was that audio guy for the home team broadcast that got run into with his parabolic. Is that a parabolic?
I think that's what you call it. Yeah, I see it down there.
The big round thing.
45-yard line in Fort Gibson territory. Ball just inside the left hash mark. Andrew Hughes will come. Single coverage with Jaden Johnson on right side of the field. And let's see if a safety comes over the top. If not, we may take a shot here.
Yeah, even if they come over, they're not playing very deep. See,
Reed Sampson's wide left. Cooper in the slot.
Xander.
First cuts it back up. Nice cut by Xander to the 40. The ankle looked pretty good as he came from that left sniffer back position.
Now it is his left ankle, so he's moving right to left or left to right there. So he cut on his right ankle, which is probably a little bit by design, not making him cut on his left ankle that first carry.
The goal tonight: get Xander 7 or 8 carries, get him hit a few times, let him make some contact, get him ready for that Poto and Broken Bow game. Give him some depth of that running back position,
and Xander's one that's got the go speed. I mean, if he hits a hole, an open hole, Darius is very quick, very fast, but he doesn't have distance speed, going the distance. Xander can go 80.
Cougars are going to use a timeout. 4:07 to play second quarter. Ada leads Fort Gibson 20-0. We're back after this timeout right here at K80ARadio.net.
Searching for a stress-free, no-hassle car buying experience? Then look no further than Hilltop Dodge.
From our well-knowledgeable sales staff to our qualified service department, here at Hilltop Dodge, we strive to deliver the best customer satisfaction. Here at Hilltop Dodge, we are huge supporters of the Ada Cougar football team and want to wish them good luck on their season. So come on down to Hilltop Dodge and experience what car buying is supposed to feel like.
Come in and see us at 1109 North Broadway in Ada.
We forgot to do the Mick Cowan trivia question tonight.
You're back live.
I'm going to pop it up right now.
You can pop it up real quick. Yeah, you usually do it between the first and second quarter. 20-0. Ada leads this game.
So Ada's played, there's 31 teams in District 4A. Ada has played 165 games against the other 30 teams. What percentage of games have the Cougars won? Text your answers to Trey at 580-495-9099. I'll leave that up for a minute. You can kind of see through it.
Second down for Ada. They need 4. There's a 39 in Fort Gibson territory. Freeland hands it off. Fatema play action to Gilmore. Throws deep. Got a man wide open. Patterson trying to get underneath it. Can't get there. DeMontre turned on the jets trying to get to it as he had everyone outrun as Freeland laid it out there. Just a little bit overthrown. Be 3rd down and 4. Cougars taking their shots.
Yeah, he got 3rd and 4. 3rd and manageable. It's probably 4-down territory. So I like that play call. Monty had his guy beat. CJ put a little bit too much on it, maybe.
39-yard line, Fort Gibson territory. Kenny Morrison, Trey Kinley, Jeremy Marr, and Bridges Velarde on the camera. Cougars on 3rd down, shotgun formation, and there's Fort Gibson jumping. So what the Cougars have done a couple of times, Carter Freeland, the hard cadence. They needed 4. They got 5. A 1st down for Ada.
Eyes closed, what they call that. All those offensive linemen go up there and they close their eyes. So you can't see the ball, you're not looking for movement, and you just close your eyes.
So a 1st down via the penalty for Ada.
Never do that on the defensive line, by the way.
Close your eyes?
Yeah.
They practice that?
I think
close
so.
Eyes. Case Stafford comes to the slot to the right, the boundary side.
Fisher.
Bunch formation with Fisher Marr. The tailback takes the pitch coming right. Fisher cuts upfield to 30.
Gallagher with
spins 25. Gallagher, as Trey said, set the edge. And
so did George.
And Fisher just spinning his way to the 24-yard line, got 10 and a Cougar 1st down. Fisher Marr can carry the rock.
Yeah.
He comes in for the season, 17 rushes, 95 yards. That's 5.6 per tote and 2 touchdowns.
There used to be a show, The Little Shop of Horrors, that had the Venus flytrap that said, "Feed me. Feed me," and that's what I'd like to see, is just feed him the ball.
Under center, jet sweep. DeMontre trying to get outside. Jitterbugs. Can't quite get to the edge. He's going to be drugged. Nope, stayed on his feet. Now he'll be drugged down. They've kind of got that play keying on DeMontre on that jet sweep, like they've practiced against that a lot this year, this week. Getting up off the bottom of the pile. I didn't get a number. I was trying to get a Fort Gibson number, but he kind of got out of the camera. It's like 55 Lewis maybe.
Probably that middle linebacker, yeah.
I think it was Lewis. He's probably their best player.
Yeah, defensively for sure. I believe their best player offensively is on crutches. Number 1, I believe, Hunter Branch. Didn't look like he played last week, but from some film I watched earlier in the year, he looked like a pretty formidable wide receiver.
Empty set as Gilmore goes in motion, running the wheel. They cover it. Freeland steps up, throws a short one to DeMontre. 20, 15, 10, 5, hurdles, and gets cut down.
Day with a block.
I'm assuming the man that's still on the turf.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
7-yard line for DeMontre as they wanted the wheel route to Day. Once it wasn't open, he turned into blocker for DeMontre Patterson, and they got 17-7.
And it's not a crackback because, and I'm going to show this. We better not, just in case the kid is. But to make it a legal block, he led with his hands, which is what he's supposed to do, and you can see his hands come out, which makes it legal. But there was definitely some good contact.
So hope the young man's okay. It'll be 1st and goal for Ada from the 7-yard line. He stays on.
They did throw a flag on it, though.
Yeah,
Jeremy just pointed that out.
So there is some laundry on the field. We'll sort it out in a moment. Let's just hope that young man's okay. The Cougar team taking a knee. Don't know the number of the young man down, but we'll take a break. This is Cougar football, streaming at kadaradio.net.
Sales and Rental is your premier wedding and party rental resource in the Ada, Oklahoma area, bringing you the best for your wedding or other special event with the most unique and current trends available. Our experienced and helpful staff will help coordinate all of your ideas into the wedding of your dreams. And don't forget, we cater for all types of events: birthdays, anniversaries, graduation, prom, retirement, family reunions, and fundraiser supplies for schools and nonprofit groups. You'll find it all at Ada Sales and Rental.
Blindside.
2:44 to play, second quarter. Ada leads 20-0. We saw the replay, and just a hard football block by Darius Gilmore, and let's hope the young man is able to be okay out there for Fort Gibson.
And in looking at this, I don't know that it's the contact from Darius that maybe injured him. It looks like maybe when he hit the ground, the back of his head hit the ground, and which is when you see the concussions.
Yeah, it looks like, no speculation, but it looks like they might be calling for some transportation to come out and for the young man as well. And again, this is one of those things about football, Trey, that it's a violent sport, and you just don't really like moments like this.
No, it's deflating for both teams. You go from And Day-Day, there was nothing malicious about it. It was just a football play, but Day-Day's got a kid with a heart. So you could see when he came off the field, he was looking back at the kid worried about it because he didn't get up.
Cougars lead at 20-0. Let's load a couple. We're going to take a 60-second timeout here if we can. We'll try
you
to
want to tell me how to load a couple?
We'll run a couple back-to-back 30s here and then come back. It's going to be a while here, unfortunately. 20-0. Ada leads at 2:44 to play second quarter. You're listening and watching the Cougars live at kadaradio.net.
Maroon, gold, black, white, they all have things in common. School pride, friendly competition, bringing home the win, and the full support of Laser Zone Family Fun Center. Head on over to celebrate that win. There's bowling, laser tag, and arcade, mini golf, and more. Laser Zone is where the school spirit is splat.
But then he extends his hand. But he.
Women's Bank presents Banking Made Easy. With our powerful mobile banking app and online banking, at the touch of a finger, you can make deposits or pay bills, view account balances and transaction history, keep a close eye on your money with helpful alerts, even customize features just the way you want them. And with our contactless Visa, credit, and debit cards, you can just look, tap, and go. Convenient banking from Simmons Bank. Easy, fast, and secure. Learn more at simmonsbank.com/easy.
This up again.
Welcome back to Fort Gibson. Cougars 20, Fort Gibson 0. Second quarter, 2:44 to play. But the moment that you fear, and again, we haven't been able to get the number in the replay. I don't know if we can get the number of the young man that was down. He's still down, and unfortunately, there's a stretcher being brought out on the field. A vicious, just a hard hit. Nothing malicious. I don't want to say that. Just a hard hit on a block by Gilmore, and I think that's the potential of the contact with the ground when
yeah, it looked like
down.
I mean, Gilmore got him with the shoulder, and was not malicious content by any means, but when the kid landed flat on his back and his head snapped backwards. And I'll give my take on this, Kenny, while we're doing this. With all the concussion, CTE, and stuff like that, we don't do live action tackling a lot anymore. You learn to tackle on a donut. You learn how to put your head in front of and behind the ball carrier instead of front. But when Carter was in 7th grade, I don't know that they live tackled at all. I think it was all on a donut. Well, so you learn how to tackle, but you don't learn how to get tackled. And that's a situation like this. When we were kids, we played outside all the time. We learned how to fall down. We learned how to instinctively protect the back of our head. Kids are playing video games now. They're not outside as much. And they don't, in football practices, they don't learn how to get tackled, which it's just, I bet there's more head injuries, concussion type things from the person getting tackled than the person doing the tackling. Yeah, you shouldn't lower your head, and that's one thing you learn, but so many times you see this happen where a player, even in the NFL, where they land and then that head hits the ground on the backside. So not to take away everything that everybody's done, but I think that's one of the things. I think you teach them how to tackle and get tackled.
The martial arts teach you a lot of that. I don't know if they've again, they're going to get a stretcher and get the young man to hopefully get some medical care, and again, hopefully it's just all totally precautionary and the young man is okay. Ada leads this game 20-0, but the scoreboard matters not right now. And again, we have this on replay, but we were not going to show it just in respect of hoping this young man is okay. We could slow it down and show you exactly what happened, but choose not to at this point.
I'm just trying to get his number in case. I believe it's 18, but I can't say that no, it's not. I can't tell from that. I apologize. I'm looking at two different angles here.
Good stuff. We might be able to get it in a minute. And again, our prayers for that young man and his family to get down at the north end of Leo Donahue Tiger Stadium here on this Thursday night. Ada leading 20-0 over the Fort Gibson Tigers. Remind you that the Cougars back home next week. The final regular season home game, the Poto Pirates, will come to Ada senior night at Koi Isto Stadium. Other events going on around Ada this weekend, East Central football got homecoming weekend. Big golf tournament tomorrow afternoon starting at 1, and then homecoming parade at 11 down Main Street. Starts at Main and Townsend, 11 o'clock on Saturday. I know the East Central men having a big pancake fry going on at the Perfect Blend Coffee Shop there in Ada, so go support them. And football game at 2. The East Central men football team 5-2, winners of 5 straight, take on Southwestern. So a big weekend of Ada High football. East Central football, going on in homecoming this weekend. That's number 18.
Donnie Cox.
Donnie Cox, a sophomore at 5'11", 160. We'll take a break, Trey. 30-second break. Come back, see where we're at. This is Cougar football from Fort Gibson, streaming at KADARadio.net.
The liability of the Great Plains Kubota family to work for you. Visit any of our local dealerships to see how we can serve your equipment needs.
Keep your Kubota running at peak performance with routine maintenance from Great Plains Kubota. With the parts and service you trust, Great Plains Kubota will keep your Kubota equipment running like the day you brought it home.
Visit a Great Plains Kubota for Kubota sales, service, parts, and rentals, or visit us online at greatplainskubota.com. That's greatplainskubota.com.
Back to Fort Gibson, and they've got, we believe it's Donnie Cox on the stretcher again. And the hit that occurred, as we watched the replay again, is it was one of those hits that his feet he went parallel with the ground, and then the hard contact with the ground, back and head, it appeared as he went down, and they will stretcher the young man again off the field. It's just a very quiet stadium. So much concern for Donnie Cox, it appears. Now the applause begins in the stand. They'll bring the player down in front of the Ada fans here on the east side of the stadium. Darius Gilmore, the first one over there to put his hand on the young man. Or Day, soft-hearted young man. It is Donnie Cox that they will take off the field. So Ada.
He is moving his hands, which is, I saw him raise his fingers up there, which is a great sign.
Now you have to get back to the football. I remember this happened with, a couple of years ago. Was it Cushing we were playing? A couple of years ago, and we had Big Earl went down.
Yeah, Earl. Big Earl.
Big Earl.
What was Earl? Earl Battles.
Earl Battles.
Number 4. That's why the first home game of the year, Jack Morris wore number 44 instead of 4, because the maroon 4 jersey had to be slit. It looks like there was a penalty for, I'm going to call it blindside block. He did get him from the blind side. Initially, I thought Day had his hands out, but it was after. The rule on that, there you go, blindside block. The ruling on that, as long as if you lead with your hands, you're fine. He kind of led with his shoulder a little bit. He extended his hands after, which is why I thought maybe he was okay. But by rule, that I personally think it was the right call.
And move it back to the 26-yard line. Hey, this is a beautiful night for football, but got the windows open here and just cool air. And I think a skunk has made its way somewhere around the stadium, unless they've done some more fireworks over there.
I don't imagine they've shot off any fireworks.
26-yard line for Ada. All right, back to football. Twin receivers left. That's Morris and DeMontre Patterson. Hughes alone on the right side. From the shotgun, Carter sends Gilmore out looking for the screen. Can't
Good job
get it to
not
him.
Throwing it.
Comes back to the right. Wide open. Going to be a touchdown. Jack Morris wide open. Carter looked left. No one there. Came back to his second route. And Jack Morris found himself all alone, Trey, at the goal line. Touchdown, Ada.
Hey, great job by Carter Freeland there. The initial play, I'm pretty sure, was supposed to go to Darius. Fort Gibson did a good job covering him out of the backfield. Carter didn't panic, ran away from the rush, and found the open receiver. He actually had Andrew on the other side as well, wide open, but did a great job finding the open guy. And good job by Jack keeping the route going, scramble drill. And I'm going to give somebody else credit there. If the play was initially designed, missed another one. Play with initially designed to go left on a little swing pass to Darius, your line is normally going to do what? They're going to release down the field. They did not, and I looked for a flag there to see if there was an illegal man downfield, but they were all within that yard of the line of scrimmage, so great job by them.
Fourth first-half touchdown from Carter Freeland. 2 to Jack Morris, 2 to Andrew Hughes. 26-0 Ada. You're listening or watching the Cougars live at KADAradio.net.
Tribal citizens are Oklahomans, our neighbors. They make a critical difference in community after community, helping schools, building roads, expanding healthcare, benefiting everyone. We are united for Oklahoma, committed to mutual respect, shared strength, and productive partnerships. To join the conversation, visit unitedforoklahoma.com.
2:36 to play. The Cougars lead at 26-0 after the PAT sailed wide left, but Carter Freeland, as you said, Trey, really used several options that time.
Yeah, great job.
Great check down, touchdown to Morris, his second reception of the game. 14-yard line on the deep kick. Coming left at the 25 is Nell to the 27.
I'll tell you what, Deontay got juked out originally going down the field. Landon Nell made a good move on him, but Deontay overran him a little bit, but didn't give up on the play and came back and ended up making the tackle. That was a great job by
Looks like Seth Flynn might have been over there as
well.
well.
Yeah, he got there as well.
So Fort Gibson.
I texted somebody down on the sideline and said, do you have any update on the kid? And I was told that he should be fine.
Good.
So that's good news. Precautionary stuff. Hopefully that is correct.
Fort Gibson will take over. Parker Lockhart still the quarterback. Twin receivers right. They hand it to Nell on the outside run game. He darts back up inside. Fisher Marr
M&M
got him initially. 31-yard line, but a nice run. 4 yards by Nell. Make it 5. They mark you at the 32, 2nd and 5. At halftime, we'll have all your statistics. Jeremy Marr keeping track of those for you. Cougars jump offside.
Nope.
Well, got back that time.
Got back. JB.
Yeah, Coyle
With JB's stature, if he goes, he doesn't go far.
That's right.
So it's easier for him to get back.
Second down. They go to Nell again,
and
slanting
he did a
right.
great job there, man. He got held up right at the line of scrimmage, but fought the guy really hard. Looked like he even got some hands to the face.
Jack Morris also over there to
I like this. Coach is
down.
calling the timeout. We're up 26-0, but we've been sloppy. It hasn't been clean, penalties and stuff like that. So you play this like a real game, at least in the first half. Now in the second half, if stuff's getting away from you, you don't. Or if the game's getting out of hand, you're not going to call timeouts. But first half, to me, all bets are off. You score as many points as you can in the first half. So 3rd and 4, call a timeout. That's what you got them for. You get a punt back, you get the ball back, and you get to work. Not only you're not trying to run up the score, but you're getting work on your 2-minute offense, your hurry-up offense, which you may need next week against Poto or the week after a Broken Bow or in the playoffs.
They faced a 3rd down and 4. Again, the Ada defense has been outstanding all year on 3rd down conversions. I don't have the numbers for tonight yet, but 23.4% coming in. Cougars got a quarterback sack as well in this game. That's one or two, at least one. That'd be 20 for the season.
Yeah, I wish I'd kept track of tackles for loss, too, because we've had several of those this year.
All right, 3rd down and 4. Ball sets between the 33 and 34-yard line. Play action. Lockhart sprinting right, throws it in the flat, caught at the 30 to the 38 to the 39 is Santana Nunez. Well-designed play for 6 and a first down.
Good job by Jagger making the tackle out there, way out in space.
Tell you, Jagger's the starting on the offensive line, but the more and more he plays defense, I really love the way that young man pursues the football.
Yeah, he is see ball, get ball. I'm going to get it.
$1:42 to play. Clock stopped.
And you see his athleticism along with Kel Fuller with those guards that we pull. So you see that same linebacker athleticism.
Lockhart back to pass, steps up, got some real estate, but a chase down from behind by Wyatt Kilgore, and that will go for a sack of a yard loss back to the 38, the second of the game by Wyatt, and the Cougars get to the quarterback again. Looked like he had some. Lockhart needed to be more decisive that time.
Yeah, if he'd have gone, he'd have gotten 4 or 5 yards.
A lot of real estate in front of him. Cougars show blitz, bring 7.
Yeah, we got
8.
George and Fisher both over here on this right side, standing up over the top of that left tackle.
Yeah, they're really expecting a run play here, crowding the line of scrimmage, and there it is up the middle, and some decent blocking for a moment. Then the Cougars swarm Nell. Isaiah Hayden falls on him. Also over there was J.B. Coyle. The ball moved to the 43-yard line, so a 5-yard pickup. Caden Gallagher also on the bottom there for Ada. Ada defense. Isaiah Hayden's at right defensive end right now. Yep. Coyle over the ball. Wyatt Kilgore over there on the left side. Nope. That's Caden Balthrop.
Balthrop on the left side.
Gallagher and Morris, the outside backers. Marr and Fisher on the inside. Pistol, Lockhart to Nell, spins in the backfield, made a nice move, but then it is brought down by Andrew Hughes. Finished him off at the 45. We got a couple. Cougars made great penetration, could not bring the ball carrier down in the backfield, but once you slow him down like that, the pursuit of the rest of the Cougars on target. 15.6 to play.
I'm going to pop this back up again. The Mick Cowan trivia question instead of going to commercial break here. There's 31 teams in the district. 4A1, I believe, is the one that only has 7 teams in it. So they get a bye week and won't affect the playoffs. It's still the top 4 from all 4 districts. But there's we've played those other 30 teams 165 times. What percentage of games have the Cougars won? So of those 165, what percent have we won? Had a couple entries, one a little bit high, one a little bit low. So shout out to the Beck family. He works in the transportation department. Nate Beck is his son, one of the ball boys. I don't believe he's here tonight, but wish them well. Hope things are good for them. Looks like they're going to punt here.
Jaden Johnson in punt formation. See if they give DeMontre a chance to return to one. 26-0 Ada. 4 touchdown passes here in the first half.
I just hope we return one without a penalty.
He's had 3 this year for touchdowns, 2 on kicks, 1 on a punt, all called back. Freeland's 4 touchdown passes gives him 14. Cougars had a return game on. The ball went right through Jaden Johnson with no rush. He goes back, picks it up, kicks it downfield, and they'll just let the clock run if they can. won't touch it, and officials finally blow it dead with .4 to play at the 42-yard line. Don't blame them. Ended up only being about a 13-yard punt because he had the bad snap. The Cougars would have had a rush on there if they'd had the football.
Yeah, they were trying to set up the return.
Had the return.
And you can tell that's all we were trying to do. Otherwise, we could have jumped on the ball and had a play there. I think Coach we were wanting to run a return. That's hard to say for me, apparently.
From the 42-yard line with .4 to play, Ada will probably. Let's see what they do. They get
They do got to play. 0.4 seconds.
Freeland in the gun. Two-step drop. Flushed. Steps up. And going to be sacked. So Freeland sacked back to 38. They're trying to go deep downfield, but he was brought down by Preston Davis, 6'1", 290. Got Carter back at the 38, so a sack. And the Cougars lose 4 on the final play of the first half. Cougars dominate Fort Gibson in the first half, leading the Tigers 26-0. You're listening and watching the Cougars live at KADARadio.net. We'll have your first half statistics and much, much more as the halftime show is next right here at KADARadio.net.
Cougar football, presented by the Chickasaw Nation, along with First United Bank, Ada Nissan, CTS, T&W Tire, Wild Rose Place, Carter County Dodge and Hyundai, Vision Bank, Roma Italian Restaurant, Laser Zone, Hilltop Dodge, Simmons Bank, Great Plains Kubota, State Farm Agent Don Carpenter, and Fenton Ford.
This is Lucas Clark, president of First United Bank here in Ada. We measure success not just with numbers, but with a commitment to faith, financial well-being, personal development, and wellness. It's how we spend life wisely. If that doesn't sound like a bank, welcome to First United. Learn more at spendlifewisely.com. Proud supporter of the Ada Cougars, member FDIC.
Tribal citizens are Oklahomans, our neighbors. They make a critical difference in community after community, helping schools, building roads, expanding healthcare, benefiting everyone. We are united for Oklahoma, committed to mutual respect, shared strength, and productive partnerships. To join the conversation, visit unitedforoklahoma.com.
If you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, or maybe your vehicle needs a little attention, we're your one-stop shop.
Come score a new Nissan Pathfinder, completely redesigned and ready to hit the road with style and convenience.
And don't get penalized with high gas prices. The Nissan Altima will get you over 600 miles per tank.
And the MVP of the lineup, the new Nissan Rogue, with best in-class fuel economy and tech.
We are a proud supporter of the Ada Cougar Athletic Department, and we'd like to wish all of you a great season. Go Cougs!
I was surprised.
I was definitely surprised.
Yep, we had no idea. Totally surprised. Can you say jaw drop?
Who knew? State Farm with these great rates?
The surprise everyone's talking about is the surprisingly great rates for home and auto insurance from State Farm, especially when you combine them.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Don Carpenter, your State Farm agent in Ada for over 44 years today.
Ada's 2 Chickasaw travel stops are loaded with fast and convenient items to make your busy schedule a little less hectic. There's something for everyone. We've got a large selection of food choices, fuel that's ethanol-free, and fast and friendly service that you can appreciate, especially when kickoff is minutes away. Locate your Chickasaw travel stop, your one-stop shop, at the corner of Country Club and Lonnie Abbott Boulevard, or on the corner of Main Street and Ladder Road in Ada.
Ada High School Sports is presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
Welcome back to Leo Donahue Tiger Stadium in Fort Gibson with the Ada Cougars all over the Fort Gibson Tigers here at halftime by a count of 26-0. Ada had 2 touchdowns in each the first and the second quarter, all through the air. Led the game 13-0 after 1, and then getting a couple touchdowns in the second quarter. 4 touchdown passes from senior quarterback Carter Freeland. Cougars forcing 2 turnovers, continue that trend of now no turnovers the last 2.5 games. Forced 2 more in the first half. Opportunistic, had a short field tray on the first 2 drives, a 25 and a 20-yard touchdown drive.
Yeah, I'm sorry, our offensive stats aren't going to look that overwhelming because of that, and even, missed a field goal, which is another scoring opportunity with probably should have been a touchdown, honestly. But I'll give Fort Gibson credit with their red zone defense. It's honestly been pretty good because we've been in the red zone 3 times. The other times we scored from outside, but 3 times in there, and they caused 1 missed field goal and several long red zone drives the other 2 times.
They played hard.
Yeah.
There's no question. They've not won a game this year, but you can see why when you watch them on film, and Coach Osteen was talking about this. He said, I don't know how they've not won a game.
I don't either.
They've got some good execution on both sides of the ball, and but I know they're beat up with some injuries right now, but they play hard.
Some of the games I've seen, they've kind of given up, but they haven't here tonight. And kudos to them, and I hope they don't give up. I hope they come back and make a game of it. And seeing a friend go down like that is tough for them. Talked to one of our coaches. He was coming down and asked him, and he said he thinks he'll be fine as well because, they have radios going down. So hopefully he'll be okay. But our execution has not been good tonight. We haven't. We're at 26-0, but I don't want to say disappointed, but I'm not happy with the performance so far.
A little sloppy at times. Too many penalties have stopped some situations, but nonetheless, just now you just want to try to execute for a few possessions in the second half, get out of here without any injuries, get ready for the showdowns with Poto and Broken Bow for the final 2 weeks of the regular season.
And I'm going to take something back I said. Technically, we did score on that first drive when we missed the field goal. Andrew made a great catch, got his right foot down. Just the official position makes it hard for him to see all the way over there, and his left foot did come down out of bounds, but the right foot didn't.
Kind of highlights we got for us here in the first half.
Oh, I got quite a few.
Cougars won the toss and deferred, so they will actually have the football to start the second half as well. They held Fort Gibson 3 and out, a 24-yard punt, gave 8 of the football at the 37-yard line. They drove all the way down to the 10, then went backwards and missed a 31-yard field goal that had plenty of leg.
Biggest drive on that play was probably Cooper Patterson's little jet sweep that he got to run.
Got that one?
Yeah, he for his first career carry, had a catch earlier in the year, but got a carry here.
Got a carry, yeah. I think he had one carry that went for negative yard.
Well, he's in the positive yardage now. Yes.
This was this time Cooper Patterson's been out with a few weeks for that ankle injury or foot injury.
See Pat, another basketball player, and you can see the feet on this play right here.
Played last week, so on that first possession, Cooper Patterson got the call on the jet sweep. The offense up after this play. Cooper Patterson in motion, jet sweep running right, 40, 45, Coop, 50, cuts back in. Nice run by Cooper Patterson. Feels good after setting out for a while, and Patterson kind of set the Cougars up with that run. Cougars missed the field goal. Then on the next possession.
Hey, let's try this slow-mo on that catch with Andrew. Let's see if we can show his foot inbounds.
This on that first possession?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. As the Cougars were still on that first possession driving, this was before
good camera work here by Cliff. So I'll slow it way down, and we're not going to have
Bridges. That is. Bridges.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Velarde.
Cliff was here last year.
Yeah.
He quit on us.
Yeah, he quit. This was before the 31-yard missed field goal. A beautiful pass from Freeland to Hughes. The officials conferred and said Andrew was out of bounds. Let's just take a look at it.
Oh, started a little bit late there. You can see his right foot come in. It didn't slow it down, but you can see his right foot come in there. I didn't do the audio because you told us that it slows your voice
Slow-mo
down.
will slow the audio down as well. But, yeah, it looked like a touchdown that didn't. The Cougars
did a great job toe-tapping there.
Ended up missing a field goal. On the next possession by Fort Gibson, they went to the airwaves. They got the ball at their own 20. Didn't got one first down on their first play, a 10-yard run. Then later in the possession, Colton Carlock would come up big defensively. Don't got that one?
No, I'm sorry.
That's all right. It could have been Carlock or Case Stafford. Either one could have intercepted that. Carlock picked off the interception for the Cougars as they turned them away, took over at the 25-yard line in Fort Gibson territory. Went 4 plays, 25 yards, only took them 133 to do it. And they went to a third down play to get the touchdown as they had the football, and Carter Freeland hooked up with Jack Morris.
I'm really confused.
I am too. Freeland going to throw a slant to Morris. Confused no more. Touchdown, Cougars. Pitch. So much space given out there by the cornerback, and Jack just turned it back up inside on a little slant. Pitch and catch. Freeland to Morris, and the Cougars had a 7-zip lead. The Cougar defense, again, all over, forced another punt. What's your next one?
That punt. The bad snap where
Yep. Oh, yeah, the bad snap of the punt that the Cougars they took over at their own, Fort Gibson, their own 15. They were able to drive, stalled at the 20-yard line, and they had to punt, and the Cougars took advantage of a bad snap. 10-yard line. High snap over his head, chases it down. Owen Wofford chasing. Johnson to the 10, 15, looking for the first down, won't get it.
Great job there by Fisher and Colton Carlock. He was there too, because the punter did have room, and they converged and took great angles. Great judgment on their part to get the angle where they could force the guy out before.
Owen Wofford had the pressure on back there. 6 plays, 20 yards would be the drive. Another short field took him 2 minutes, 27 seconds. Cougars led at 7-0, had the ball at the 5-yard line when Carter Freeland would deliver his second touchdown pass of the game.
Great job by Andrew there holding on the ball. Like I said, it was up on his left shoulder pad, and with the contact coming, he still was able to hold on to it.
Caden Mitchell would miss the extra point. Cougars led 13-0. That would that's where the first quarter ended up. That came with 25 seconds left in the quarter. Fort Gibson would go backwards again. Did you get this quarterback sack on this possession?
No, I got Kilgore's tackle in the backfield, but I did not get the sack.
That's all right. So Fort Gibson would have to punt the ball, go 33 yards. Let's go ahead and show that White Kilgore. He had a big first half. Tackles for loss, a couple of sacks as well. The freshman was all over the place, made a big play defensively on this particular drive by Fort Gibson. Oh, baby, that Wyatt. Yes, sir. Quick Kilgore lowers the boom.
Wow.
Wyatt all over him in the backfield. Ada would stop Fort Gibson, take back over at their own 38-yard line after a 33-yard punt and no return. Go 62 yards in 5 plays, 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Another touchdown pass, this one of 9 yards with 8:36 to play in the second quarter. Carter Freeland would find that familiar face again, Andrew Hughes. Cooper Patterson, Jack Morris wide left. Freeland two-step, throws to the pylon for Andrew, and up he got it, touchdown! Ada Cougars! Andrew Hughes, a mismatch with anybody. You know, Trey Hughes just needs a step and then his height to go up, high points to football. PAT was good. Ada led the game 20-0. Ada on the next Fort Gibson possession would force another turnover. Fort Gibson had the football and actually got a first down on the drive, started at the 44-yard line and got into plus territory at the 29, and then Isaiah Hayden, after a big hit, I think we're going to see here by, I can't remember who it was. Do you have that one, the fumble recovery by Isaiah?
No, I'm bad.
That's all right. Isaiah Hayden would fall on the football, though, and Ada would take over on down, or get the fumble, their second forced turnover, and then would put together their final touchdown of the half, a 10-play, 82-yard drive, 5 first downs on the drive, and after a lengthy delay because of the injury to the player for Fort Gibson, the Cougars would come out after about 8 or 10 minute delay and go right to the airwaves after the ball at the 26-yard line, and Carter Freeland his 4th touchdown pass of the first half. From the shotgun, Carter sends Gilmore out looking for the screen. Can't
Good job
get it to
not
him.
Throwing it.
Comes back to the right. Wide open. Going to be a touchdown. Jack Morris wide open. Carter looked left. Beautiful read. We talked about that by Freeland. They wanted the wheel route to Gilmore, but it was shut down by the Fort Gibson defense. Freeland came back right, checked down, and found Jack Morris on the goal line for the touchdown. The PAT was no good. 26-0 Ada at halftime. We'll have your first half stats and more as that's coming up next after this break right here at KDARadio.net.
A strong defense, an aggressive offense, and ability to make the big plays. That's Vision Bank and the Ada Cougars. From the first kickoff to the final buzzer, the Cougars keep on working for excellence, and so does Vision Bank. From your first savings and checking account, your first car, your first home, all the way through to retirement, Vision Bank strives for your financial success. Ada Cougar football and Vision Bank, a winning combination. See the difference with Vision Bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 402156.
Searching for a stress-free, no-hassle car buying experience? Then look no further than Hilltop Dodge.
From our well-knowledgeable sales staff to our qualified service department, here at Hilltop Dodge, we strive to deliver the best customer satisfaction. Here at Hilltop Dodge, we are huge supporters of the Ada Cougar football team and want to wish them good luck on their season. So come on down to Hilltop Dodge and experience what car buying is supposed to feel like.
Come in and see us at 1109 North Broadway in Ada.
Just 3 miles east of Ada, Wild Rose Place is the perfect venue for your special event. Their 5,600 square foot facility includes 2 large indoor event areas, full kitchen, bride suite, groom's dressing room, and outdoor event area. Wild Rose Place is the perfect place for your wedding, prom, family gathering, or corporate meeting. You can rent the facility or have it decorated with one of their customizable decorating packages. Visit wildroseplace.net and let Wild Rose Place make your event unforgettable. That's wildroseplace.net.
Hello, I'm Keith Frazier, store manager at T&W Tire, 500 East Main here in Ada.
And I'm Jamie. We would like to remind you if you have any tire needs, whether it be farm, ranch, tractor trailer, or your personal vehicle, we can help you pick out the right tire for you. We also offer 24-hour roadside service and can change your oil, put on brakes, shocks, or align your front end.
We are your authorized Michelin tire dealer with dozens of other tire brands available. T&W Tire, not just a tire store, but a whole lot more. Call 332-5145.
There's maroon, gold, black, white. They all have things in common. School pride, friendly competition, bringing home the win, and the full support of Laser Zone Family Fun Center. Head on over to celebrate that win. There's bowling, laser tag, an arcade, mini golf, and more. Laser Zone is where the school spirit is flat.
Ada Cougars. We at Carter County Dodge and Carter County Hyundai are some of your biggest fans. We know that you're not only excelling today on the fields, but in gyms, on stage, and in the classrooms. But you are also going to be tomorrow's great leaders. Embrace it and enjoy it. From your friends, neighbors, and automotive experts, Carter County Dodge and Carter County Hyundai in Ardmore. Remember, if it doesn't say Carter County, you paid too much.
Ada High School Sports is presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
Welcome back. Leo Donahue, Tiger Stadium in Fort Gibson, just north of Muskogee. Beautiful country up here. Cougars making pretty good work at Fort Gibson this evening. 26-0 at halftime. Jeremy Marr has totaled the statistics. Trey Kinley will pass them along to you now.
Yeah, we'll do the we'll do Fort Gibson first. They had 5 first downs, 21 rushes for 39 yards, so that's what, $1.06 a carry maybe. 3 of 5 passing for 16 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception, 1 fumble, 1 lost. Penalties 5 for 53, 1 of 9 on third down. Goes along with what you were saying about Ada's third down efficiency on defense is phenomenal. We did sack them 1 time for -4 yards. Individually, passing, I think it's been Parker Lockhart the whole time.
It has, yep.
So he's 3 of 5 for 16 yards. Receiving, Santana Nunez had 1 for 10. Noah Perry had 1 for 5, and Landon Nail had 1 for 1 yard. Rushing, Landon Nail leading the way, 16 carries for 49 yards. So he's respectable. He's averaging about 3 yards a carry. Now Parker Lockhart has 1 for -1. Brelin Macomb had 2 for -2. Jaden Johnson 1 for -3, and Cole. And there's another one that says Cole Mahaney, but I'm going to go with Parker Lockhart there for 1 for -4. Ada, team-wise, had 13 first downs, 15 rushes for 115 yards, so a little over 7 a carry, almost 8. CJ's passing 9 of 16 for 111 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, no fumbles, none lost. Penalties 5 for 49, 6 of 7 on third down, which is phenomenal. 0 of 0 on fourth down, had 2 sacks for -4 yards, plus several other tackles for loss. Individually for Ada, CJ 9 of 16 for 111 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jack Morris has 5 for 85 and 2 touchdowns. Andrew has 2 for 14 and 2 touchdowns. And then Monty has 2 catches for 12 yards. Rushing for Ada, Darius has 4 for 69. So, man, that's over 15 a carry.
Yeah.
17.5 to be exact. Colton Carlock had 1 for 18. Cooper Patterson 1 for 11. Fisher Marr 2 for 10. Xander Rhines 1 for 6. Jake Bohannon 1 for 4. Caden Gallagher 1 for 3. Monty has 3 for -2, and then Carter had the 1 carry on the sack for -4 yards.
With the 26-0 first half, the Cougars have now outscored their opponents 192-43 in the first half this year. They're at now, with the first half third down efficiency offensively, they're at 42% for the season on third down. Their opponents now at 20. Those are really big numbers for the Ada Cougars as they lead this game 26-0. This is the only district game tonight. We thought we had one other one tonight, but there was a misprint. They've hit all other 3 district games in 4A4 played tomorrow night. Cougars have returned to the field, as you can see below. We're going to return at the second half play-by-play when we come back in 3 minutes.
Color.
Ada, you gonna talk in the second half? This is Ada Cougar football streaming at KADARadio.net.
Simmons Bank presents Banking Made Easy. With our powerful mobile banking app and online banking, at the touch of a finger, you can make deposits or pay bills, view account balances and transaction history, keep a close eye on your money with helpful alerts, even customize features just the way you want them. And with our contactless Visa credit and debit cards, you can just look, tap, and go. Convenient banking from Simmons Bank. Easy, fast, and secure. Learn more at simmonsbank.com/easy.
When it comes to delicious, you can't beat Roma's Italian Restaurant. And the service starts with a gracious host the moment you walk in the door. Start with their unforgettable garlic knots and butter. Order the lobster ravioli, homemade lasagna, or baked ziti. Maybe you're hungry for a pizza pie, calzone, or stromboli. Enjoy a mouth-watering ribeye, chicken fettuccine alfredo, or chicken piccata. But whatever you do, save room for the dessert. Roma's in Ada's North Hill Center, catering and DoorDash available. Call Roma's at 279-1295.
Put the reliability of the Great Plains Kubota family to work for you. Visit any of our local dealerships to see how we can serve your equipment needs.
Keep your Kubota running at peak performance with routine maintenance from Great Plains Kubota. With the parts and service you trust, Great Plains Kubota will keep your Kubota equipment running like the day you brought it home.
Visit a Great Plains Kubota for Kubota sales, service, parts, and rentals, or visit us online at GreatPlainsKubota.com. That's GreatPlainsKubota.com.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and at Fenton Ford Lincoln, we want to go one step further.
Like you, many of us here have had friends or family that have had to battle breast cancer. So throughout October, we'll be donating a portion of every vehicle sold to Project Women.
They help cover mammograms, medications, and anything else uninsured patients may need. Help us make a difference in the fight against cancer. Fenton Ford Lincoln of Ada is your best deal dealer. Learn more at FentonFord.com and FentonLincoln.com.
This is Lucas Clark, president of First United Bank here in Ada. We measure success not just with numbers, but with a commitment to faith, financial well-being, personal development, and wellness. It's how we spend life wisely. If that doesn't sound like a bank, welcome to First United. Learn more at spendlifewisely.com. Proud supporter of the Ada Cougars, member FDIC.
Tribal citizens are Oklahomans, our neighbors. They make a critical difference in community after community, helping schools, building roads, expanding healthcare, benefiting everyone. We are united for Oklahoma, committed to mutual respect, shared strength, and productive partnerships. To join the conversation, visit UnitedForOklahoma.com.
Ada High School Sports is presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
Welcome back. Tiger Stadium in Fort Gibson. Kenny Morrison, Trey Kinley, Jeremy Marr, and Bridges Velarde. 26-0. The Cougars trying to get their 6th win of the season. a win, 4-1 in district play, Trey. Looks like we're on our way. And then just sets up what you've been trying to get to. Make your way through maybe the lighter part of the schedule successfully, and then you got Poteau and Broken Bow coming up, and senior night with Poteau coming up next week. First things first, as you always say, the score at the start of the second half.
0-0.
Yeah, and the Cougars, we've talked about it, and I think they've played okay. But they've not been as sharp as they've been the last 2 weeks yet. Just superior athletes making plays and 4 touchdown passes, and get Brock Boyle warming up over here too.
Yeah, and I hope Brock gets to get in and run the offense, the true offense. That's, last week it was, 41-0, a little bit more out of hand. This week maybe we'll get to run some offense, let him do what he does out there and keep him sharp. Do want to give a shout-out, Coach Caldwell's parents. He just crawled up the ladder up onto the roof, and he said, will you ask my mommy and daddy to bring me a jacket? He's cold. So also shout out to Carrie and Tanya, I think is what he said, Caldwell.
Right. Yep.
Said they were listening.
Appreciate you listening.
We'd have Bridges turn and put him on camera, but we got a whole half to shoot, and we don't want to break that camera. So
the coaches are toughing it out up on the roof tonight. He was kind of out of air, and he climbed that ladder, too.
Mm-hmm.
From the 40-yard line, the kickoff by Jaden Johnson. Gallagher at the 25, turned it straight upfield to the 35. The Cougars set up shop 1st and 10 for their own 35-yard line.
I expect CJ to get one possession here. Normally that's kind of the norm, what you do. Give your ones a go, and if it goes well, then maybe you move on. But if they don't execute well, I expect them to continue to be out there.
Dawson Matthews trots out there to start the second half. Let's see if you've got him at the tackle or the guard. You got Caldwell to guard, Matthews the right tackle. The center is Balthrop. Isaiah Hayden the left tackle. Kel Fuller the left guard. They block for a Gilmore who runs straight ahead, and he's not going to get much. Good tackle in there by Caden Hunt, senior linebacker. Kind of shot the gap, and they're going to give Day a yard maybe. They're going to call no gain. 2nd and 10 from the 35.
He actually did gain a yard because he was hit about a yard deep and was able to spin and get a yard out of it.
2nd down from the 35. The ball in Ada territory. Got a flag.
Sideline warning against Fort Gibson.
First play of the second half. Case Stafford will bring in the play. 11:34 to play. Clock stopped momentarily. Now they signal for it to restart, and they get it winding. Stafford goes wide right, which is the boundary side. Cooper Patterson to the near side of the left side. In the slot is Jack. Shotgun formation. Gallagher in motion, sets up on the left. Quick pitch, Day. Coming left, 35, and strung out. 37-yard line. Good pursuit again in front of the Cougar bench over here. Judd Rudd, sophomore, 6 foot 170, able to string that play out. A gain of 2 to the 37 for Day. 3rd and 8.
Jack initially did a good job getting leverage on the blocker, but he was able to get away from him and string it out a little bit more.
Cougars came into this game 34.7 points a game, allowing 15.1. They're at 26. Jet sweep, DeMontre, this time trying to get it north and south. Now goes back outside, and he's brought down. We got a hold. I think Caldwell might have got caught for a hold over here on Preston Davis. It looked like that Patterson might have been able to cut it back upfield that time.
Yeah, it looked like Andrew had the outside sealed, and if he plants a foot and comes up, it would have been all for naught anyway. But
something you learn on replay.
They may decline this anyway.
Yep. Yeah, the chop block here on the back side, and they decline it. So officially no gain. So Ada goes 3 and out. You know, Trey, when you're the superior team, you lead 26-0. I know you coach them up, but boy, mentally, sometimes it's hard just to stay engaged and execute at the level you need to execute at.
Right. Hey, something I noticed there, that it was not a chop block. I think it was just a block below the waist. Chop blocks normally when someone's engaged up top and then somebody goes low. It was just a low block below the knees.
Andrew Hughes will put his foot into it. The 25-yard line, a high kick. Angling for 35-30. Cougar bounce. Rolling dead at the 27-yard line. 36 yards, no return. And
about
Fort
3
Gibson,
above his average.
Fort Gibson will take over. their first possession of the second half. So the Cougars' second punt of the game go 3 and out.
Yeah, that's definitely a win for the Tigers there to force a 3 and out. We need a little bit more intensity on the defensive side here than we had on the offensive side.
Set the defense for you. J.B. Coyle's on the nose of this 3-4 defense. Wyatt Kilgore, the left side. Is that Will Johnson over there at the right defensive end? Lockhart under center, hands it off to Nell. The Cougars stuff him. Jack Morris gets there along with Caden Gallagher and a host of Cougars. George Maddox as well. Ball carrier Nell never went down, but the Cougars stood him up near the line of scrimmage. So mark the football at the 27.
Wyatt was in the backfield again there. He almost tackled the quarterback.
Second down and 10.
He got him there.
Oh, Kilgore on the handoff just shoots through and buries.
Good job there by
Landon
Deontay
Nell.
Lindsay,
My
too, though.
goodness.
He was right there.
Well, this Wyatt Kilgore is going to be fun to watch. Just a freshman. Going to be fun. Already fun to watch, Trey, but should say. Got a single setback in the shotgun. Trip receivers go left. Got 4 deployed on third down.
There's Kilgore.
Lockhart flush, screen pass to Nell. Maddox chasing him.
JB and
turned him back inside. They tried the screen, and Maddox chased him, turned him back into J.B. Coyle.
And maybe Fisher or Andrew, maybe.
Good pursuit. They've ran that screen.
Yeah, we've done a great job defending it all night.
Yeah, several times in the game. They move it out to the 27, only 2. So now a punt by Jaden Johnson. So both teams going to punt on their first possession of the second half.
That was Andrew and JB out there.
They mark it officially at the 28-yard line. Johnson at his 15 takes the snap. Blocked by Owen Wofford. The ball rolling inside the 10 at the 9. And falling on it is Fort Gibson. But Owen Wofford, the freshman, with that length. How about Owen, Trey? As he got it, the block punt. The Cougars set up shop. First and goal inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Yeah, great job there by Owen. You know, he got in there really quick on that block, and then that appeared to be a decent snap. Yeah, good snap. Owen just split the 2 guys on him and blocked it, I think, with his shins. It's hard to tell.
He definitely took her off the foot, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
So the Cougars try to strike on their third short field possession of the game. Gilmore running on the sweep left, dancing, still dancing, finding the end zone maybe to the 1. How about Day-Day? My goodness. Didn't look like he had nowhere to go. Just danced his way inside the 1-yard line. But to officially mark it at the 1, he just kept going lateral and kept those feet moving. As Fort Gibson did a nice job getting it stretched out to the edge. But Gilmore just got such great balance. First and goal from the 1. Freeland quickly up to the line of scrimmage.
I bet he pays it off.
Pitch
here.
it. Gilmore running right. Darts inside. Touchdown. His 4th rushing touchdown in the last 2 weeks. And the Cougars have cracked the 30 mark and lead at 32-0.
Much sharper there.
2 plays, 8 yards. A 1-yard TD by Gilmore at the 8:03 mark. Set up on the block punt by Owen Wofford. Let's see if Caden Mitchell can, off the hold of Case Stafford, and the snap of Fisher Marr. No, it's not Fisher. It's Owen Wofford on the snap. We got him over the ball, and Owen got it back there in good shape. Stafford put it down, and Mitchell put it through.
Yeah.
Cougars 33, Fort Gibson nothing. You're listening to watching the Cougars live at K80ARadio.net.
I was surprised.
I was definitely surprised.
Yep, we had no idea. Totally surprised. Can you say jaw drop?
Who knew? State Farm with these great rates?
The surprise everyone's talking about is the surprisingly great rates for home and auto insurance from State Farm, especially when you combine them.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Don Carpenter. State Farm agent in Ada for over 44 years today.
Well, the Cougars amassed 8 yards on that drive, a 2-play drive, 8 yards, set up by Gilmore, who ran for 7 and then ran for 1 for the touchdown. All set up, Trey Kinley, by the blocked punt by Owen Wofford.
Yeah, Owen did a fabulous job splitting. Like I said, the two defenders, we'll see that when we play that replay later on after the game, but did a great job and then ran straight to the point of contact.
Mitchell from the right hash puts his foot into it. 24-yard line, 25, maybe 30. Now got free. 35, 40 down the boundary, 45, 50. Mitchell trying to stop him, and he does. Caden Mitchell saved a touchdown. How about Caden Mitchell?
Look at the sidelines. They're so happy for him.
trying to find the ball carrier on the far side, but it was a great run.
I believe that's his first career tackle.
From the 34, started about the 25. But a 41-yard return at the 34-yard line. First down for Fort Gibson.
We got our heavy package in. Carter and Jagger both in at the jack. Expect and run, I assume.
For the 34 and 8 territory, trip receivers to the near side. Lockhart to Nell, running left, plants his foot. Fisher Mars got him as he cut back up inside.
George finished him off. Eminem.
Fisher got him low. George said, I'll take him high. Brought him down. No gain. 2nd and 10. Cougars gave up 1 yard rushing last week. In the first half, 39 for Fort Gibson in this game. That's 40 total rushing yards coming into this half. Timeout Fort Gibson. 7:32 to play in the third. Cougars on top 33-zip. You're listening and watching the Cougars live at K80aradio.net.
A strong defense, an aggressive offense, and ability to make the big plays. That's Vision Bank and the Ada Cougars. From the first kickoff to the final buzzer, the Cougars keep on working for excellence, and so does Vision Bank. From your first savings and checking account, your first car, your first home, all the way through to retirement, Vision Bank strives for your financial success. Ada Cougar football and Vision Bank, a winning combination. See the difference with Vision Bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 402156.
Looks like 16.
7:32 to play. Fort Gibson set up by Braxton Miller's nifty kick return a moment ago, and Caden Mitchell, much to the delight of the Ada sidelines, as Braxton Miller was trying to find the end zone. What really needed to be one man, and Mitchell stood him up and got him. Fort Gibson now has 2nd and 10 to the 34 after a timeout. They go shotgun. Lockhart's gone the entire way, the junior quarterback.
Ada back in the base defense.
Nell gets the handoff again on the outside run game. Got a big hole.
Hold. He got a big hold. George Maddox had the edge set, and he was grabbed big time. Charlie Prentice checking into the game for Delaware.
They're going to move this change that time down to the 22, a 12-yard run by Nell. So first down for the Fort Gibson Tigers in the red uniforms, white numerals. They come up to the line of scrimmage out of the pistol formation. Nell right behind Lockhart. Hard cadence. Cougars don't jump. You look up front, they got some size up front. The run play coming to the right. There's the offensive line slanted that way.
Johnson.
That Caleb Sun Eagle also in the game over there in the neighborhood to help out. Cougars.
No, I'm sorry, that's Will.
Got to the runner Nell. He cracked the 20-yard line down to the 18. 4 more for Nell. 6:44 to play. Quarter number 3. Twin receivers left. Nell running on the outside run. Cuts back inside as Maddox turned him inside and Fisher Marr finished him off. Maddox didn't make the tackle but made great pursuit on the edge as Nell turned it back up inside. Fisher Marr
got a player down.
Brought him down. A Cougar down after a 1-yard run by Nell to the 17-yard line.
Who it is.
6:29 to play in the third. Ada on their second consecutive Thursday night game, leading 33-0. Defense has had 2 shutouts in the last 4 weeks, vying for number 3. Injured Cougar on the field, going to get up, and it's going to be Caleb Sun Eagle, it appears.
I think he got hit in a spot as a young man you don't want to get hit in.
And he will slowly make his way to the sideline. So the Cougar defense, you go out there. Carter Kinley is in the game at a linebacker position. You got George and Fisher up the middle. Looks like Jagger on the left side, Carter on the right side as backers. We'll set the line in a moment. Again, pistol formation for the quarterback, Lockhart. Red zone opportunity for Fort Gibson. Clock starts. Lockhart back to pass. Little short pass to Jaden Johnson. Will Johnson hit him immediately. Again, they try to get some yards after catch, but not much, as Will Johnson got Jaden Johnson, and they may mark it right at the line of scrimmage again.
Yeah, great pursuit there by the second level.
Yep, and it's no gain. So third down, or the fourth down. It's going to be fourth down. Yeah, 4th down and 5. They started at the 22 on first down. They'll go for it. Down 33-0. Ball in the left hash. Twin receivers to the boundary side of the left side. Back to pass. Screen pass is dropped. Jagger Caldwell brought him down for good measure. They try to screen to Caden Hunt, and the Cougar defense has turned them back, and the shutout is still
alive,
within reach.
Yeah, even if he catches that clean, I don't know if he gets it. You keep running that screen. Eventually, those defensive linemen and linebackers realized they got through a little bit too easy there.
You can tell they've had to adjust their game plan a little bit with just the one quarterback. It's been a dual quarterback system most of the year.
And 4, their normal quarterback, Cole Mahaney, is the better thrower.
Freedom back to pass on first down, sprinting left, being chased, needs to get rid of the football, being chased by, now fires one to the sideline, one hops Andrew Hughes, but a good job by Carter scrambling out of the pocket. He was being chased by Vafias. I got 6'1", 260, 56 as a freshman, Trey.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was doing they only had a couple freshmen listed on their roster. I think maybe 2.
He got some pretty good speed for a freshman. He was chasing down Freeland. Douglas Two Shields, 5'11", 285 in there on that offensive line as well. And then they've got Preston Davis at 6'1", 290. They go 290, 290, 285 right now across that defensive front. Freeland throws a sideline pattern from Morris, comes back to it, got it, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, jack to the 38. How about Morris? He just threw it in between the corner and the safety there. 38-yard line.
I don't know that he was covered on the line. I don't know. Be hard to look here and see. No, they didn't have anybody over the top of him.
The 38-yard line, and he just immediately read it and went out there right away. 45 yards, pitch and catch. Again, defense not there, and Carter read it, threw it up. Jack went and got it. Here's Gilmore on the handoff behind that offensive line, dancing into the second level inside the 30 to the 29. 9 for Day. Nice blocking up front. Ball drop, Caldwell. Dawson Matthews on that side of the ball. Gilmore approaching the 100-yard mark. Cougars 2nd and 1 from the 29. 4:55 to play. Moving north to south, leading 33-0 here in the third. Case Stafford wide to the right side of the field.
Tay McDowell in for the first time at running back.
Going to get it. Straight up the gut. Stood up. Didn't go down.
He's a strong
runner. 4 Tigers finally get on him.
Well, they didn't give him a very good spot there. I thought he got the first down, and then they gave it to him.
Caden Hunt and 3 other Fort Gibson Tigers got to McDowell. They'll mark it the 27-yard line. Second down. First and 10. Yep, they gave him the first down. So shotgun, and the whistle stops play.
Ball start. Somebody over on the right side.
Move it back to the 32-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15. You would think that probably, especially if the Cougars score, this will be the final possession for some of these guys. Jeremy Moore tells us Jack Morris has hauled in 6 for 130 in this game. He had a 6-reception game last week, Trey, 6 for 80. He's had a touchdown last week. He's got 2 more in this game, 6 for the season. What a formidable threat, Morris and Hughes.
Reed Sampson.
Shoulder pump, Sampson down the sideline, and Carter just missed him. He pumped his shoulder on the pump fake, and Reed had his man beat down the boundary.
Yeah, great double move there by Reed. Great route. Right as Carter or CJ pump fake, Reed turned like he was going to get it and then broke it upfield. Great job there. Jeremy also said Day has 9 for 89.
11 away from 100. Braxton Miller, it appeared, was in coverage over here on this side of the field. 2nd and 15. The penalty set the Cougars back a moment ago. They're at the 32-yard line in Fort Gibson territory. 3 receivers deployed. Cooper Patterson in motion. They fake the jet sweep, set up a screen. And Gallagher's got it, but he's brought down by Caden Hunt.
There.
Yeah, Caden Hunt from his linebacker position read that well and came up and got Caden Gallagher on the swing, the screen pass. That will actually go for a yard loss, maybe back to the 33, 3rd down.
You got to think it's 4-down territory here. Let's cut it in half and then go for it.
Clock rolling at 3:30 to play in the 3rd. All Ada 33 zip. Back home next week, 7 o'clock, Coisto Stadium. Cooper Patterson in the slot to the right. 3 receivers deployed. Long pass for Andrew to the end zone. Oh, my goodness. Touchdown, Ada. Carter Freeland from his 40s went back to pass, delivered it right in the breadbasket, baby. And Hughes ran to it, and the Cougars about to put 40 on the board.
Yeah, that was a well-designed play, the play-action pass. That's why you don't have a problem running it for a yard gain or a 2-yard gain, maybe even a half-yard loss, because then you have that play-action to play off of, and the safety bit up big time.
Ended up just being one-on-one out there with that biting, the safety coming up to the line of scrimmage. 3rd touchdown reception of the game by Hughes. Mitchell, the extra point, and Caden right down Broadway off the Stafford hold. 40-0, Ada. 3:14 to play in the 3rd. You're listening and watching the Cougars on live stream at K80aradio.net.
3 miles east of Ada, Wild Rose Place is the perfect venue for your special event. Their 5,600 square foot facility includes 2 large indoor event areas, full kitchen, bride suite, groom's dressing room, and outdoor event area. Wild Rose Place is the perfect place for your wedding, prom, family gathering, or corporate meeting. You can rent the facility or have it decorated with one of their customizable decorating packages. Visit wildroseplace.net and let Wild Rose Place make your event unforgettable. That's wildroseplace.net.
Welcome back to Leo Donahue Tiger Stadium at Fort Gibson, Oklahoma. Well, we didn't get an exact answer on the Mick Cowan trivia question, but Ada has won 72% of the games of the 165 games they played against the other 30 teams in 4A, and it's a new winner this week, Dylan Parkey, former Cougar, graduated a couple years ago.
Absolutely, yeah. 40-0, Ada.
It's on the ground.
Yeah, ball's loose on the kick. Jake Bohannon's got it. Just a high kickoff that hit at the 28-yard line. There's that special teams again, Trey. The ball bounced, and backing away from it with Jaden Johnson, just miscommunicated with his teammate, and the ball was in open space. Jake Bohannon jumps on it, and the Cougars.
Great kick there by Meathead. He got a tackle tonight. Got a deep onside. Sure he'd like to have that field goal attempt back, being the first one of the year, but great weapon we have in Caden Mitchell.
So the Cougars recover the deep onside. Again, that's just like a turnover.
Yep.
So they set up shop. Freeland still in the game at quarterback. Cooper Patterson in motion. Jet sweep. Here comes Coop. Cuts back up inside. Drug down. Got a couple. He was stopped and cut it up inside. That big linebacker again, John Lewis, at 6 foot 215. Hard to run around once he gets in the gap. To 27. Coop got 1.
Yeah, their linebackers are actually 10 and 55 are good players. I've seen some stuff out of them, and they look like football players too. You know, we watch them warming up, and they have some little kids, but those two look like pretty good athletes.
2nd and 9. Clock running at 2:40. 3rd quarter. Freeland again in the gun. Run it. Nope. Play action and throws it to Gallagher.
A little bit low, but again, KK will tell you he should have had it.
Kind of a seam route there, but it's a tough one. You kind of look, reaching back behind you. 3rd and 9 for Ada.
And KK's got that bum thumb right now. I know he won't use that as an excuse, but it makes it a little bit harder, especially when it's an off-schedule catch, kind of like that, where you're reaching where you're not expecting it.
Patterson and Stafford wide to the right. Sampson left. Going to come that way. Carter throwing for Reed. Great catch. Oh, my, on that. Nobody dropped it. The official saying a catch.
This guy.
Now he says incomplete. That's the right call, I think. Reed.
It's hard to tell, man. He made a great initial catch. It looked like maybe it came out when he hit the ground. Couldn't tell.
1-on-1. Threw it to the outside.
Yeah, great throw there by CJ. Threw it where only Reed could catch it, which is what you want.
So it'll be 3rd down for Ada, 9. or make it 4th down, excuse me. They need to reach the 18-yard line. The ball set at the 27 in Fort Gibson territory. Clock stopped at 2:26 to play. Hughes goes wide to the right. Ball throw over the
14?
ball.
Let's go with 4.
4 men to the line of scrimmage. Showed some a blitz. Here they come. Freeland, the play action, steps up in the pocket. Flush going right. Fires. Caught by Andrew at the 15. Did he get there? Yes. Just got the first down.
Hey, he's a possession receiver, too.
Needed 9. They got 10. They go from the 27, got 11 actually to the 16, and 8 a first down.
Great job by Carter there, feeling the backside pressure, rolls out of the pocket, and makes a really good throw on the run, rolling to his right.
Watching the maturation of Carter Freeland, the quarterback, the last few years. I know he was young a couple of years ago. Would have been sacked right there.
Yep.
Now his vision of the field is really grown. He's comfortable with the system and just feels that pressure. Doesn't have to see it, can feel it. Got out of the pocket, kept his head on a swivel, got it downfield to Andrew Hughes, and an illegal motion penalty against the Cougars before they get the playoff. They're going to sweep it to Gilmore, but a penalty.
That's twice the back judges, or the white hat has called a penalty on. They did it once on them and once on us. I don't know if he's seeing movement. I didn't see any. I'm not saying it's not there. It's just normally you don't see that from the backside. Right guard moved.
So it'll be 1st and 15, right guard.
Jagger kind of leaned back in his stance a little bit.
Game time temperature was 68 degrees. We now dropped to 54. You can kind of feel it. Cooling down here in northeastern Oklahoma. Gilmore on the handoff, running right. Big Ho, great blocking. 15. Darius trims it back up inside the 10. That'll be a 1st and goal for Ada, maybe, if he got to the marker.
I think he went over 100 there.
Down to the 7. They're going to give him 14, and maybe just short of the first down. They got to reach the 17 or the 7 or the 6. They got him to the 7.
2nd and 2.
It's hard to see where it's marked exactly. Let's look here on the monitor. It's the 8-yard line. So 2nd down. Got 13 on first down if the penalty set them back. Man in motion is Cooper. There's a handoff to Cooper, the jet sweep at the 10, at the 5, trying to cut it back up inside. Does, got the first down, inside the 5 to the 4. Cooper Patterson on the jet sweep.
They're trying to get him a score, which would be awesome for him.
So 1st and goal. Yeah, Patterson, great young man, runs hard, just on field, off the field, one of those guys you love to
root for.
See at the golf course sometimes. And
he'll be a offensive specialist for the basketball team this year. Really good three-point shooter.
Really shoot it. He's in the slot to the right at the hash mark. Got man-to-man coverage. Freeland's looking his way on the slant, and I think
there early.
It looked like the defender got there early as Patterson trying to slant and catch it. Judd Rudd got there, and no flag. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, they're trying to. CJ told me he was going to try to see Pat a score this week, so it'd be really awesome to see.
Hughes, Patterson, and Morris are going to come in.
DeMontre said, I'm going in, and CPAT said, no, I'm good.
He got a little banged up on the play. He goes out. They stack him and Hughes on the right side. They pitch it to Gilmore, running right. CPAT trying to pick up a block.
CPAT got his, but Day danced around a little bit and able to get some backside pursuit.
That'll be the final play of quarter number 3. Cougars add to their lead, 2 touchdowns in the quarter. They've scored 2 in all 3 quarters. Lead it 40-0. This is Cougar football streaming at KADAradio.net.
Hello, I'm Keith Frazier, store manager at Team W Tire, 500 East Main here in Ada.
And I'm Jamie. We would like to remind you if you have any tire needs, whether it be farm, ranch, tractor, trailer, or your personal vehicle, we can help you pick out the right tire for you. We also offer 24-hour roadside service and container oil, put on brakes, shocks, or align your front end.
We're your authorized Michelin tire dealer with dozens of other tire brands available. Team W Tire, not just a tire store, but a whole lot more.
Call 332-5145.
Welcome back to Fort Gibson. 3 quarters in the books. The Cougars have been consistent in one area, Trey. 2 touchdowns in each quarter. 40-0. Threatening for another one here. 3rd down. And goal from the 4. Cougars have 5 touchdown passes in the game from Carter Freeland. 3 to Andrew Hughes, 2 to Jack Morris, and a touchdown run by Darius Gilmore here in the half. You look at Carter's numbers this passing game, 15 touchdowns to 1 interception for Freeland this year, and he's missed, 3 games?
2.5.
Yep.
Went out in the
That's right.
halfway through the
Durant
game.
Missed that one in the first 2 district games.
Yep.
So the Cougars have a 3rd and goal. They now go to the north end of Tiger Stadium.
Cooper Patterson out wide left by himself here. Got Case Stafford on the near side.
Single coverage out there on Patterson.
Boy, they've got him really shaded to the inside, though. It's going to be hard to run a crossing route.
Freeland going to throw that way, throw an out pattern. Cooper's got it. Touchdown, Cougars. There you go. They set out to do it. There's the celebration. Freeland threw a beauty to Patterson, who just did a quick out and cut to the inside pylon. Celebration begins for the Ada Cougars, 46-0.
As I said, he's set up where he can't come across. And that was ideal because he took one step inside, then turns it outside, and CJ hits him on the money.
That's just great scouting and great reading. They said, hey, you're going to play to the inside. They practice that. Look where's the defender set up. Read it, react. Stafford holds. Extra point by Mitchell. Perfect. Cougars 47. Fort Gibson nothing. 11:55 to play in the 4th. This is Cougar football streaming at KADARadio.net.
The Cougars. We at Carter County Dodge and Carter County Hyundai are some of your biggest fans. We know that you're not only excelling today on the fields, but in gyms, on stage, and in the classrooms. But you are also going to be tomorrow's great leaders. Embrace it and enjoy it. From your friends, neighbors, and automotive experts, Carter County Dodge and Carter County Hyundai in Ardmore. Remember, if it doesn't say Carter County, you paid too much.
Cougars go 28 yards in 9 plays after the deep kick that was recovered by Jake Bohannon when no one fielded it for Fort Gibson. And Cooper Patterson gets a touchdown. Carter Freeland's 6th delivery also of the game, and it's 47-0. What a celebration, though, by the Cougars.
Yeah, that was cool. I mean, watching the replay, we may have had more than 11 guys on the field because it sure seemed like there was about 15 over there celebrating with him.
Deep kick again, fielded by Jace Patton over his shoulder. No fair catch.
To their credit, I haven't seen a fair catch called tonight.
They want to run it. Jake Bohannon down there. Owen Wofford in the vicinity as well. If the Cougars drop Patton.
Sun Eagle back into the game. That's good to see.
Fort Gibson will set up shop at their 32-yard line.
Cade Smith and Brock Boyles warming up down here. Cade, the number 2 center, would be snapping to Brock.
Boyles, of course, had 2 really solid starts, played some good football for
great job, Case Ryan Stafford.
Stafford out here, Case just brought down the receiver, Patton, who caught it out in the flat.
He wasn't on that guy. He was on 16. Braxton Miller, who went, as soon as Case saw the ball in the air, he let his guy go, shucked him, and went and made the tackle. Great job.
Got 1 to the 33-yard line. 2nd and 9. Shotgun. Nell runs on the outside run to the right.
Will Johnson
got him from behind.
Kelton Stipe.
The 36-yard line. Nell, he's toted the mail a lot tonight for this Fort Gibson team.
Charlie Prentice in. Will Johnson. Caleb Sun Eagle back in. That's good to see. He was a little banged up earlier. You got Jake Bohannon, Kelton Stipe in the middle. Owen Wofford and Reed Sampson at the 2 linebackers. Case Stafford.
Chase Bailey back here as the safety.
Yep.
Screen
Jake
pass
Bohannon.
to now. Bohannon stands him up at the 35. Good hard hit. No gain.
Kamari Richardson is that far corner. And J.D. Dugan's the other safety.
So punt formation again for Fort Gibson. It's been a tough
Get
game.
there, Owen.
Owen already a block punt. The Cougars opportunistic have forced, 2 turnovers and then have the
covered onside, the block punt. Looks like we got a punt safe on here. Nobody back deep. Carlock did check in, but he's in formation.
Jay Johnson, pretty nice kick. It's going to hit at the 8-32 and roll dead at the 31-yard line.
Good job there by J.D. Dugan not retaliating. He was really getting punished on the ground, and it was very unsportsmanlike. Did not retaliate. One of the other Ada players came over and just kind of pulled the guy off, and they threw a flag. Hopefully it's on the initial person, not on the Ada player for pulling him off. It wasn't malicious at all. Reed Sampson did a great job there. Had pressure on the punter, but pulled off. Looked like maybe the punter landed on Reed's foot or something, rolled an ankle, but that's not a penalty.
33 yards, no return, and they're going to mark it against Ada.
No,
nope.
No, they said against the Tigers,
okay.
So I don't know. But we don't know where the ball. Oh, no, never mind. We're marking it.
The line of scrimmage was at 31 after the punt rolled dead. They'll mark it up 15 to the 46. That's where Ada starts 1st and 10.
Yeah, again, this is what you don't want to happen, chippiness, stuff like that. It looks like maybe we are doing a running clock now. Didn't change on the change of possession.
Jagger Caldwell going to get in late. There's no one at the right guard position. Brock Boyle's the quarterback.
It's kind of an important position.
Yeah. Brock 21 of 42, 475 yards, 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions in his
good 5
outings
yards
this year. McDowell right at the 50-yard line.
4.
We'll have all the stats in the postgame show. The Cougars looking for their 3rd shutout in the last 5 games.
Or 3.5. We'll move it back another half yard.
Colton Carlock and Owen Wofford bring in the play. McDowell and Sampson check out.
Braden McGilbrey also checking in over at this near receiver.
Cade Smith over the football.
Eli Justice in the slot.
Here's Carlock rushing left on a little run game off tackle. Flag comes in as he got to the 47-yard line. Came in behind the play.
Yeah, I assume it's going to be a hold based on where it's at, but yep, holding against Ada.
And they have continued to run the clock now with Ada on top 47-0. So back-to-back weeks. And, Fort Gibson, they've played hard.
They have.
And they have really been banged up. I think coming into this game, lost another guy tonight to an injury. But the Cougars are just kind of business-like tonight. Not crisp all night, but enough. The second half's been a little crisper.
Yeah, let's let Brock throw it here. I know it. Xander's in, too. Maybe try to get him a carry.
Here's a handoff to Xander. Cuts back up inside to the 40-yard line. He's sat on by Andrew Sparks, 6'1", 200-pound defensive lineman at the 40.
Elvis Edwards checking in now at the right guard position, and then Karan Richardson checks in. Delaware checks in for Fuller.
6:35 to play from Tiger Stadium. Cougars will be 6-2, 4-1 in 4A4 district play.
Seth Flynn brought the play in.
With 2 remaining. Flynn comes wide to the right side of the field, which is the near side. Ball right in the middle of the field. Boyle's 3-step drop. Over the middle, caught and dropped. Had a man at the 45-yard line. Stipe went down and hit him in the hands. Couldn't retain it. Incomplete pass. Cougars will punt.
Carter Kinley going to come on to punt.
He's been back there.
Yep, he's been back there a couple times.
Yep.
Owen Wofford will be the deep snapper. It's like everybody else on the punt team is about the same.
Kinley at his 25-yard line. Wofford over the football. Nice snap, back in good shape. Carter sticks his foot into it. High kick. 35-yard line. Vertical, straight up in the air on the bounce. And now takes a Fort Gibson bounce back up to the 38-yard line. 26 yards, no return. Fort Gibson starts at their own 38.
Got to learn how to get some more. It's like he's punting, trying to kill it.
Yeah.
Or, kill it inside the 20. But when you're on your own 30, you can't do that.
Can he hit a little wedge shot?
Yeah. He hit a wedge when he should have hit a driver. I'm sure, knowing him, it was a lob wedge because for some reason that's what we play with is a lob wedge.
From the 39-yard line, I couldn't hit a lob wedge if
he can't either.
From the 39, handoff.
Good job by Owen.
Cougars
shedding off the block there.
Caden Hunt carries a couple tackles. Yeah, hard run, didn't quit on the play. Dugan also getting up off there along with Will Johnson. 43-yard line. They got him 4.
Delaware coming in for Will. Delaware plays both the nose and the end, their axe cat position. Him, Sun Eagle, and Charlie Prentice on the line.
Lockhart in the pistol. Hands it off again to Hunt. Lumbering left. Across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Prentice out there chasing it down. How about Charlie at the 47?
Hey, nobody shows more enthusiasm than Charlie Prentice when he makes the play.
And we got to witness out of that fumble recovery early this year.
There was nobody in the state of Oklahoma that didn't know who recovered that fumble because he picked it up and pointed at it.
3rd down and 3. Under 4 to play on this snap. Pistol formation for Lockhart.
I'll start. Right tackle. Or right guard.
Move it back to the 41-yard line. Again, last week we ran the clock the entire second half. They've started that right in the fourth quarter, I think, here tonight. They started letting it roll. Ada on top, 47-0. Lockhart, play action, looking deep. Got a man. Jaden Johnson's got it at the 30 and going to outrun the Cougars to the end zone. The shutout's gone. On a touchdown pass from Lockhart to Jaden Johnson of 59 yards, and Fort Gibson is in the end zone. 3:20 to play with the clock running, 47-6.
Good pass there by
Lockhart.
Sorry. And Jaden Johnson did a good job getting behind Kamari. Kamari made a play on the ball, but if you make a play on the ball and you don't get it, the chances of you getting the tackle are slim and none.
The quarterback, Lockhart, will hold now for Jaden Johnson, the two that just connected on the touchdown. And Jaden Johnson winded, but not too winded to put the PAT through.
He kicked a field goal against Medill, pretty good length, if that was the game I watched. I don't remember. But they started off the game with the field goal.
47-7 on the touchdown. They continue to let the clock run, and it may run out before we get to the kickoff.
Even on change of possession.
Yeah. So the shutout's gone, but Fort Gibson, something to cheer about on their far side. Ada's defense, though, continues to be dominating. They'll get the ball one more time, maybe, here as we kick it off. We'll have all the statistics for you, the post-game show, run down a few scores. There's a handful of Thursday night games. It's Ada's second consecutive game on Thursday night. Hey, good luck to cross country. I think that's tomorrow. Regionals.
Got Elijah Skaggs on to do the kickoff. A 5'7", 140 junior.
From the 40-yard line, kicks it high. Nice kick, fair catch by Owen. 28-yard line. Ada will take it there.
Yep, we'll get maybe 2 plays. Maybe.
Yeah, $133 and running. The Cougars will break the huddle on the near side.
I assume we're doing victory formation here. With a running clock. Is that unethical to do that with a running clock?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
47-7. Ada will be 6-2. 4-1 in the district. Poto next week. Hilldale and Broken Bow play tomorrow night at Hilldale. That's the final regular season game for Ada's at Broken Bow.
Go Savages.
Ada's only district loss, a tough one on the road at Hilldale. Shotgun formation for Brock Boyle. Takes a snap, and there's the victory. Just goes down back at the 20-yard line.
To run another one, though. Nope, they're going to be generous. Watch this. Oh, they could have waited another second.
To an 8-yard loss or a 7-yard loss.
What a horrible. Not even going to wait. Just going to snap it and take the loss.
And then we will get this one over with. The Cougars on the snap to Boyle. Goes down to 15. There you go. Ball game over as Ada comes to Fort Gibson. And some said, could be a trap game. Fort Gibson 0-7. Poto and Broken Bow coming up the next 2 weeks. And the Cougars did not let that happen. They have dominated the Fort Gibson Tigers 47-7 as the final seconds click off the clock. Fort Gibson a little bit frustrated. A couple players out there. Chase Austin. They'll now go join his teammates, and they'll do the handshake as they cross the 50-yard line. Ada wins it 47-7. Your post-game show of Cougar football coming up next. You're listening and watching the Cougars live at KADAradio.net.
Cougar football, presented by the Chickasaw Nation, along with First United Bank, Ada Nissan, CTS, T&W Tire, Wild Rose Place, Carter County Dodge and Hyundai, Vision Bank, Roma Italian Restaurant, Laser Zone, Hilltop Dodge, Simmons Bank, Great Plains Kubota, State Farm agent Don Carpenter, and Fenton Ford.
If you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, or maybe your vehicle needs a little attention, we're your one-stop shop.
Come score a new Nissan Pathfinder, completely redesigned and ready to hit the road with style and convenience.
And don't get penalized with high gas prices. The Nissan Altima will get you over 600 miles per tank.
And the MVP of the lineup, the new Nissan Rogue, with best in-class fuel economy and tech.
We are a proud supporter of the Ada Cougar Athletic Department, and we'd like to wish all of you a great season. Go Cougs!
I was surprised.
I was definitely surprised.
Yep, we had no idea. Totally surprised. Can you say jaw drop?
Who knew? State Farm, with these great rates.
The surprise everyone's talking about is the surprisingly great rates for home and auto insurance from State Farm, especially when you combine them.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Don Carpenter, your State Farm agent in Ada for over 44 years today.
Ada's 2 Chickasaw travel stops are loaded with fast and convenient items to make your busy schedule a little less hectic. There's something for everyone. We've got a large selection of food choices, fuel that's ethanol-free, and fast and friendly service that you can appreciate, especially when kickoff is minutes away. Locate your Chickasaw travel stop, your one-stop shop, at the corner of Country Club and Lonnie Abbott Boulevard, or on the corner of Main Street and Ladder Road in Ada.
A strong defense, an aggressive offense, and ability to make the big plays. That's Vision Bank and the Ada Cougars. From the first kickoff to the final buzzer, the Cougars keep on working for excellence, and so does Vision Bank. From your first savings and checking account, your first car, your first home, all the way through to retirement, Vision Bank strives for your financial success. Ada Cougar football and Vision Bank, a winning combination. See the difference with Vision Bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 402156.
Searching for a stress-free, no-hassle car buying experience? Then look no further than Hilltop Dodge.
From our well-knowledgeable sales staff to our qualified service department, here at Hilltop Dodge, we strive to deliver the best customer satisfaction. Here at Hilltop Dodge, we are huge supporters of the Ada Cougar football team and want to wish them good luck on their season. So come on down to Hilltop Dodge and experience what car buying is supposed to feel like.
Come in and see us at 1109 North Broadway in Ada.
Ada High School Sports is presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium, where the Ada Cougars have beat the Fort Gibson Tigers. They've quickly blacked out the scoreboard here. 47-7. Fort Gibson, a late touchdown on a 59-yard touchdown pass to keep Ada from getting their third shutout in the last 5 games. But nonetheless, the Cougars dominant. Weren't as crisp as they've been the last 2 weeks, but I thought a little crisper in the second half. But but still a game that even when they probably weren't at their absolute best, win 47-7, Trey.
Yeah, like Coach Caldwell was just telling us, we struggled a little bit running the ball. It didn't make the big holes that we've seen the last 2 weeks, but that kind of has to do with the guys that we're trying to move to make those big holes, and that they were some big dudes and not bad football players. You can tell the lack of depth at Fort Gibson really hurts them. They don't have a whole lot of kids, and their injuries are piling up. Hopefully. The kid tonight is okay. I know Jeremy Marr said he was sitting up down here talking. They were talking to him, which is a really great sign. And then we've got I thought there was one other one that got hurt. I can't remember.
For us?
No,
for them.
For them, maybe not. They had a kid over there with ice on a knee,
Yep.
or shoulder. I couldn't tell who that was.
Big game for the Cougars. 6 touchdown passes from Carter Freeland in this game. He was fantastic as receivers, though. on spot, as well as Freeland has now thrown 16 touchdowns to 1 interception after the 6 TD pass performance tonight in the Cougar 47-7 win. Ada led at halftime 26-0. Got a couple of third-quarter touchdowns to put this game away. Went 3-and-out on their first possession, but then forced Fort Gibson to a 3-and-out. And freshman Owen Wofford, Trey, got in the action on the punt by Fort Gibson.
Yeah, watch him split the two. They got 2 guys on him, and he just splits right between them. There he is right there. Good job, cameraman. All right, let's watch this.
And mark it officially at the 28-yard line. Johnson at his 15 takes the snap. Blocked by Owen Wofford. The ball rolling inside the 10 at the 9. What a great play by Wofford. Yeah, as he split them. As Trey said, it got right to the foot of the punter, Jaden Johnson. Blocked it. Cougars took over. And Day-Day did it from there. Run down to the 1-yard line on first down. He cracked 100 yards tonight. And on 2nd and goal, Day-Day, his 4th touchdown, rushing in 2 weeks. Scrimmage.
I bet he pays it off.
Pitch
here.
it. Gilmore running right. Darts in. Cougars added the extra point. Short field drive. 2 plays, 8 yards. 33-0 after the Mitchell extra point. Fort Gibson again would get the football and just couldn't do anything. They got to the 8-34 on a nifty kickoff return down the left sideline. But Caden Mitchell, the kicker, saved it and made a great tackle. And the bench erupted over here. And the players, after Mitchell made the play, Cougars took over after Fort Gibson from the 34, got to the 8-17, but then turned it over on down as the Cougars defense stiffened. Cougars would then go 83 yards in 7 plays to put another touchdown on the board. They led 33-0 before this drive, and this one culminated on the 3rd connection of the night from Carter Freeland to Andrew Hughes. Stadium. Cooper Patterson in the slot to the right. 3 receivers deployed. Long pass for Andrew to the end zone. Oh, my goodness. Touchdown. A beauty, just ran away from the defender, and Freeland led him perfectly. Cougars, after the extra point by Mitchell, led the game 40-0. And the game was over. Cougars, after that 40-0 lead, kickoff mishandled by Fort Gibson. Jake Bohannon jumped on it at the 28-yard line in Fort Gibson territory. Took them 9 plays to go 28 yards. They kept getting it to number 84, Cooper Patterson, trying to get him into the end zone. And finally, number 84 found the end zone, much to the delight of his teammates.
Crossing route.
Freeland going to throw that way, throw an out pattern. Cooper's got it. Touchdown, Cougars. There you go. They set out to do it. A beauty. The place erupted over here. They celebrated. Extra point again was good as Mitchell blasted all 3 of them through in the second half. 47-0. Ada, a late touchdown on a 59-yard touchdown pass from Lockhart to Jaden Johnson got Fort Gibson's only points. 47-7. Ada wins it 6-2 on the season, 4-1 in district play with 2 ahead of them. We have your final stats after this timeout. Post-game show of Cougar football streaming at kadaradio.net.
Ada Sales and Rental is your premier wedding and party rental resource in the Ada, Oklahoma area, bringing you the best for your wedding or other special event with the most unique and current trends available. Our experienced and helpful staff will help coordinate all of your ideas into the wedding of your dreams. And don't forget, we cater for all types of events: birthdays, anniversaries, graduation, prom, retirement, family reunions, and fundraiser supplies for schools and nonprofit groups. You'll find it all at Ada Sales and Rental.
Hello, I'm Keith Razor, store manager at T&W Tire, 500 East Main here in Ada.
And I'm Jamie. We would like to remind you, if you have any tire needs, whether it be farm, ranch, tractor trailer, or your personal vehicle, we can help you pick out the right tire for you. We also offer 24-hour roadside service and can change your oil, put on brakes, shocks, or align your front end.
We are your authorized Michelin tire dealer with dozens of other tire brands available. T&W Tire, not just a tire store, but a whole lot more. Call 332-5145.
There's maroon, gold, black, white. They all have things in common. School pride, friendly competition, bringing home the win, and the full support of Laser Zone Family Fun Center. Head on over to celebrate that win. There's bowling, laser tag, an arcade, mini golf, and more. Laser Zone is where the school spirit is splat.
Ada Cougars. We at Carter County Dodge and Carter County Hyundai are some of your biggest fans. We know that you're not only excelling today on the fields, but in gyms, on stage, and in the classrooms. But you are also going to be tomorrow's great leaders. Embrace it and enjoy it. From your friends, neighbors, and automotive experts, Carter County Dodge and Carter County Hyundai in Ardmore. Remember, if it doesn't say Carter County, you paid too much.
Simmons Bank presents Banking Made Easy. With our powerful mobile banking app and online banking, at the touch of a finger, you can make deposits or pay bills, view account balances and transaction history, keep a close eye on your money with helpful alerts, even customize features just the way you want them. And with our contactless Visa credit and debit cards, you can just look, tap, and go. Convenient banking from Simmons Bank. Easy, fast, and secure. Learn more at simmonsbank.com/easy.
When it comes to delicious, you can't beat Roma's Italian Restaurant. And the service starts with a gracious host the moment you walk in the door. Start with their unforgettable garlic knots and butter. Order the lobster ravioli, homemade lasagna, or baked ziti. Maybe you're hungry for a pizza pie, calzone, or stromboli. Enjoy a mouth-watering ribeye, chicken fettuccine alfredo, or chicken piccata. But whatever you do, save room for the dessert. Roma's in Ada's North Hill Center, catering and DoorDash available. Call Roma's at 279-1295.
Ada High School Sports is presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
Welcome back to Fort Gibson postgame show of Cougar football, defeating the Tigers 47-7, third straight Cougar win. They rolled tonight with a pretty easy victory over Fort Gibson team. Trey Kinley's got your final statistics.
Yeah, Fort Gibson finished with 7 first downs, 30 rushes for 63 yards, so 2.1 a carry. 8 of 11 passing, pretty efficient. 79 yards, but how many were on 60?
59.
59 on that one. So before that, they were 7 out of 10 for 20. So we did a really good job tackling other than that play. 1 touchdown, 1 pick. 1 fumble, 1 lost, 7 penalties for 59 yards, 2 of 14 on third down, 1 of 3 on fourth down. They did have 1 sack, and they got us once. Individually for Fort Gibson, Parker Lockhart, 8 of 11 for 79 yards. Receiving, Jaden Johnson had 2 for 20 and a touchdown. 2 for 60. Santana Nunez had 1 for 10. Noah Perry 1 for 5. Landon Nail 3 for 3, and Jace Patton 1 for 1. So a lot of those you can tell 3 for 3, 1 for 5, 1 for 1. That's a lot of. And then Jaden Johnson had 1 for 1 before his 59-yarder. So that's not a lot of yardage. A lot of the screens and stuff like that, but it just tells you how good we were tackling tonight, which I think is a plus. Landon Nail finished 23 carries for 66 yards, so a little less than 3 a carry. Caden Hunt had 2 for 7. Parker Lockhart had 2 for -5. Brelin McComb had 2 for -2. And Jaden Johnson had 1 for -3. For Ada, we had 20 first downs, 30 rushes for 148 yards, just less than 5 a carry. 14 of 27 for 203, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. 8 penalties for 69 yards, something to fix there. Third down conversions, 8 of 12, 75% or 67%. Fourth downs, 1 of 1. We had 2 sacks for -4 yards. Individually for Ada, Carter Freeland was 13 of 26, and Brock was 0 of 1.
Gotcha.
I believe, for 203 for CJ. Of course, the 6 touchdowns. Receiving for Ada, Jack Morris had 6 for $130 and 2 touchdowns. Andrew had 4 for 57 and 3 touchdowns. Monty had 2 for 12. Cooper had 1 catch for 4 yards and a touchdown, and then KK had 1 for 0. Rushing for Ada, Darius Gilmore 11 for 102, so just under 10 a carry. Colton Carlock 1 for 18. That's pretty good average. Pretty good average. Cooper Patterson had 3 for 16, so over 5 yards a carry. Fisher Marr had 2 for 10. Xander Rhines 2 for 8. Tay McDowell 2 for 6. Jake Bohannon 1 for 4. That was a big first down pickup on Jake's carry down in the red zone. Caden Gallagher had 1 for 3. Monty had 4 for -2. They were really keying on that jet sweep tonight. Carter Freeland had 1 for -4. And Brock had the ultimate man yardage, 2 for minus 13.
Yeah.
In the victory formation.
Yeah. He took 2 for the team.
Took 2 for the team.
On those needs. Cougars continue to be so dominant in the first half of games. Again, with the 27-0, was it 27, 26-0 halftime lead? 26-0 halftime lead tonight. They have, you look at the numbers here, they had 166 plus 192 to 43. They've outscored their opponents in the first half of football games this year. Buckle up. You got Poto and Broken Bow ahead. Going to be 2 physical football games that will have district championship implications on the line.
Yeah, I mean, we hold our own destiny. We still hold our own destiny regardless. But if Broken Bow can beat Hilldale tomorrow, we hold our own destiny for the 1 seed. If Hilldale beats Broken Bow, then we're going to need some help from Medill the following week. Because if we end up in a tie with Hilldale, they will win with the head-to-head unless there's a third team thrown in, and then we would win because we only lost by 8.
Lots in the formula there, but the Cougars got to take care of their business, and which starts next week against Poto. One final break, then we give you a quick scoreboard and wrap it up from Fort Gibson, Oklahoma, where the Cougars have won 47-7. We're back after this timeout.
Reliability of the Great Plains Kubota family to work for you. Visit any of our local dealerships to see how we can serve your equipment needs.
Keep your Kubota running at peak performance with routine maintenance from Great Plains Kubota. With the parts and service you trust, Great Plains Kubota will keep your Kubota equipment running like the day you brought it home.
Visit a Great Plains Kubota for Kubota sales, service, parts, and rentals, or visit us online at greatplainskubota.com. That's greatplainskubota.com.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and at Benton Ford Lincoln, we want to go one step further.
Like you, many of us here have had friends or family that have had to battle breast cancer. So throughout October, we'll be donating a portion of every vehicle sold to Project Women.
They help cover mammograms, medications, and anything else uninsured patients may need. Help us make a difference in the fight against cancer. Benton Ford Lincoln of Ada is your best deal dealer. Learn more at bentonford.com and bentonlincoln.com.
This is Lucas Clark, president of First United Bank here in Ada. We measure success not just with numbers, but with a commitment to faith, financial well-being, personal development, and wellness. It's how we spend life wisely. If that doesn't sound like a bank, welcome to First United. Learn more at spendlifewisely.com. Proud supporter of the Ada Cougars, member FDIC.
Tribal citizens are Oklahomans, our neighbors. They make a critical difference in community after community, helping schools, building roads, expanding healthcare, benefiting everyone. We are united for Oklahoma, committed to mutual respect, shared strength, and productive partnerships. To join the conversation, visit unitedforoklahoma.com.
If you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, or maybe your vehicle needs a little attention, we're your one-stop shop.
Come score a new Nissan Pathfinder, completely redesigned and ready to hit the road with style and convenience.
And don't get penalized with high gas prices. The Nissan Altima will get you over 600 miles per tank.
And the MVP of the lineup, the new Nissan Rogue, with best in-class fuel economy and tech.
We are a proud supporter of the Ada Cougar Athletic Department, and we'd like to wish all of you a great season. Go Cougs!
I was surprised.
I was definitely surprised.
Yep, we had no idea. Totally surprised. Can you say jaw drop?
Who knew? State Farm, with these great rates.
The surprise everyone's talking about is the surprisingly great rates for home and auto insurance from State Farm, especially when you combine them.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Don Carpenter, your State Farm agent in Ada for over 44 years today.
Ada High School Sports is presented by the Chickasaw Nation.
Welcome back to Fort Gibson for the final time, and there's not a lot of scores to pass on really around the league. Nothing in our district tonight. Going on all 3 district games tomorrow night, and that will determine kind of where we're at. But right now, the Cougars 4-1 in district play. You've got 4-0 Broken Bow in first. Then Ada in a tie with Hilldale
and
and Poto. They're both a half game behind Ada, pending their game tomorrow night, and they'll catch up as far as games played tomorrow. Both those teams in action tomorrow. And then Medill still right there in fifth, trying to make a run toward the playoffs as well. Really, those five of the eight teams are the ones that have a chance to make the postseason. Stillwell, Sallisaw, and Fort Gibson eliminated pretty much from any chance at the postseason.
Yeah, like I said, go Savages. That's not the only thing coming out tonight is go Broken Bow.
And that happens tomorrow night. Our next broadcast comes next week from Coy-Isto Stadium, Senior Night at Norris Field. On the air at 6:15, 7 o'clock kickoff. And right now the weather forecast says about 72 to 75 degrees. And it's supposed to be another beautiful night for football. And let's hope it is again. It's been a nice night here tonight. Getting a little coolish now, down to the low to mid-50s as we wrap it up from Fort Gibson. Final score for the final time behind 6 touchdown passes from Carter Freeland and a stifling defense. The Ada Cougars, 47. Fort Gibson Tigers, 7. That's your final score. For Trey Kinley and Jeremy Marr and our cameraman, Bridges Velarde, doing a great job upstairs on the rooftop. Until next week, from Coy-Isto and Ada takes on Poto, I'm Kenny Morrison. God bless. Good night, everybody.
This has been Ada Cougar Football, presented by the Chickasaw Nation. Brought to you in part by First United Bank, Ada Nissan, CTS, TW Tire, Wild Rose Place, Carter County Dodge and Hyundai, Vision Bank, Roma Italian Restaurant, Laser Zone, Hilltop Dodge, Simmons Bank, Great Plains Kubota, State Farm Agent Don Carpenter, and Infinity Ford. Ada Cougar Football, a presentation of the cool